of the Falmouth Commodores, who assume full responsibility for its content. The content of this program does not represent the views of Falmouth Community Television, which serves as a forum for community expression and offers TV training production facilities and channel time to all Falmouth residents and organizations. Now, to opening the door.
A beautiful Saturday afternoon on the Cape brings us back to Gov Fuller Field for some more Cape League action between the Bourne Braves and the Falmouth Commodores. For opening the door, I'm Andrew Hilsman alongside Farrell Hudson, Timmy Weiss. Farrell, I'll start with you. The Doors played a little bit of baseball yesterday until they got rained out against the Wareham Gatemen.
Yeah, and it became a 3-0 lead for the Gatemen. Commodores are 1-1 versus Wareham so far this season, but Wareham a bit of an advantage. Commodores will get 6 innings back on them on Monday night. I think from the starting perspective of Kaniel Rosado got behind in one too many counts, and that's what allowed for the homers to R.J. Hamilton and Dylan Dubovic. It became a little bit predictable, but not much for that game right now that you can extract, only being 2 innings offensively through for Falmouth.
And for the offense, they've improved in the last couple of weeks, Timmy, but there is a certain metric that they need to reach if they want to win some games.
It's 5 runs for the Commodores. That is the magic number of when they win games. Undefeated when they score that number or more, but when they don't, 1-11-1. So if they can just reach that, good things are going to happen.
The all-star rosters for both divisions of the Cape League were announced earlier this afternoon. Falmouth has 6 Commodores heading to Harwich to play in the all-star game. Farrell, who are you excited about?
Looking at 2 guys in particular. I'll start with defense. Fabio Peralta in center field this year out of the University of Miami. He's been patrolling it better than practically anyone has out there. He's kind of like the Commodores' Byron Buxton, if you will. And then offensively, he can get it done at the plate. He can slot into that number 2 role, hit for average, speed on the bases. And then I want to turn it over to Riley Jackson. We've seen the numbers this year for him at the University of Houston. 9 homers, 29 RBIs in the power department, but how about a .255 batting average at the first base position, a position that he's played phenomenal defensively so far, and he's top 5 in the Commodores in hits.
I'll also highlight 2 guys, Ty Konis and Ben Slanker. Konis is second on the Cape in RBIs, so would love to see him get some in Harwich, and then Ben Slanker is actually participating in the home run derby there, so want to see some slank tanks over there in Harwich.
Maybe we'll get a couple. All right, back to today's matchup and more on the Bourne Braves. They were on a 4-game winning streak, and then they faced Yarmouth Dennis yesterday.
And it was a tough game for Bourne, as they only had 2 hits throughout the game. Those both came in the 6th inning, so 5 innings of no-hit ball. The game gets called early after the 8th because incoming rain and light problems in YD, but a tough loss after they were on a 4-game winning streak.
We'll see if they can get back to form, but Bourne is the only team, Farrell, in the West Division with an above 500 record, but when they play teams with similar records, they struggle a bit.
Yeah, and only team in the West Division with a positive run differential as well. Yeah, 10-9-3 overall, but against teams over 500, 3-7. Now, that's going to happen a little bit when you're running into the Yarmouth Dennis Red Sox. How about 3 teams with 13 wins or more right now in the East Division? You've played a lot of interdivision matchups in the first half of the season so far. So for Bourne, that's why the Commodores are so close. It's anybody's game right now as the Commodores sit 4 points outside that top spot tonight.
Offensively, their bright spot has been their leadoff man. He slots back into the leadoff slot tonight. Timmy, it's Blake Schaff.
And he's been a guy that's been really hot recently. In the last 11 games, hitting .333, but he also finds ways to get triples. 3 triples on the season. That's 2 more than any player except for Matt Bolton, who's also on the Bourne Braves.
To the pitching matchup, Farrell, what do we got today on the mound?
We got Austin Russo out of Arizona State versus Colby Putnam from Gardner-Webb. He's only appeared in 1 game so far for Falmouth this season, and you got 2 guys that are coming off of seasons in which they didn't pitch a lot of innings, so you want to see how deep can they go now. We started to see the other night Kenyon Collins go a lot of innings for the Commodores, also an all-star, 7 strikeouts across 6 innings, so how far can the Commodores pitchers go for length? Only 2 wins so far this year by the Commodore pitching staff comprising Falmouth's 9.
All right, guys, it's time to name your players to watch. Timmy, first for the Bourne Braves.
I got Luke Costello, one of the brothers, also Andrew Costello on the Bourne Braves, but Luke gets it done with the doubles. 10 doubles on the season. There was last season, the best player had 11 doubles on the entire summer, and he's just one back of that. It's impressive how he's been able to do that all summer long.
Farrell, your man for the Commodores tonight.
Well, I like Timmy's line of thinking yesterday with Carter White. I'm also going to go the new guy this week, A.J. Putty, who had quite the first impression, went 2 for 4 against the two Kettleers on Wednesday and had himself a great year at Illinois this year with 9 homers and 52 RBIs.
Bourne Braves, Falmouth Commodores. Cape League Baseball comes your way. 6:05, the first pitch here at the Gov.
Hi, I'm Jim Murray, owner of Falmouth's historic Clam Shack, now Jim's Clam Shack. Located on scenic Falmouth Harbor, Jim's Clam Shack is a destination for the best seafood and sunsets on the Cape. We're open 7 days a week, so stop by for lunch or join us for dinner on the rooftop deck. Bring the entire family to try our wide selection of seafood and kid-friendly option. We deliver the freshest products to your plates daily. Jim's Clam Shack, a proud supporter of the Falmouth Commodores.
Are you looking for that perfect pregame meal? Supreme Pizza has you covered. Its extensive menu has everything from pies and calzones to salads and subs. And with its online ordering system, delicious food is just one click away.
It's an honor to support the Cape Cod Baseball League.
Supreme Pizza is open every day of the week. Order online or stop by their store located at 147 T-Ticket Highway and try a slice today.
Humidity, and you know what that means. Time for baseball. A West Division matchup is on tap. The defending Cape Cod League champion Bourne Braves coming to town to Arnie Allen Diamond at Gov Fuller Field to take on your Falmouth Commodores. And welcome inside the broadcast booth alongside Timmy Weiss, Farrell Hudson, third member of our crew, Andrew Hilsman. A bit of a different setting today, Timmy. Downstairs in a tent, get to take in the game ambiance.
Right, we're not actually in a booth today. We are under the tent, first base side, and honestly, it's cool to have a little bit different of a setting sometimes. I mean, we had been in there every game up until now, so we'll see what the different vantage point brings. Maybe we'll bring some wins for the Doors. We'll just have to wait and see.
Yeah, let's talk some shop as we go to yesterday's game. A bit of a strange outing. It gets paused till Monday. 2.5 innings, a 3-0 lead for the Gatemen. Overall impressions.
And honestly, it's good for the Commodores that the game ended up getting postponed because it was really not their day to start that one. I mean, you only got to the bottom of the third. There was no outs when the game is called. Pearson Reebok, the 9-hitter, was up. But offensively, they couldn't get anything going, had no hits. And Caniel Rosado didn't have his best outing on the mound. He gave up 2 home runs in that first inning, and it was pretty out of reach for the most part.
Yeah, hung the breaking ball and got behind 3-1 in the count to Dylan Dubovic. Wareham has hit more home runs against the Commodores than any other team so far in the Cape Cod Baseball League through Falmouth's opening 21 ball games. And tonight, game number 22, and they're going to turn it over to another guy with minimal experience on the mound so far, and that's Colby Putnam.
And Putnam is a guy that has looked good in his one appearance so far this season. He is a rising sophomore at Gardner-Webb, a right-handed pitcher, part of many right-handers on this Commodores squad, but in his debut, he did a solid job with the Commodores, looked pretty in control, and I want to see him keep going with that outing today.
A team that was in control last time head-to-head were the Bourne Braves. A no-hitter combined on Sunday night. They beat the Commodores 4-1. Falmouth so far 0-1-1 against Bourne to begin the 2026 season. What in your eyes, Tim, has to change for the Commodores to catch the West Division champions?
Well, the one thing is you got to have more hits than you did the last time you played against Bourne. But that hopefully shouldn't be a problem, getting no hit. First time since 2022 on Cape Cod. But I think the main thing is just get good plate appearance going. And they had a lot of walks against Bourne the last time they played, and that was great. And that's a good start. But now you got to tack it on with a little bit more extra base hits. That, I think, really could make a big difference.
And as prefaced in our pregame show opening the door, there are a couple all-stars, more than a couple, 6 for the Commodores, 4 in tonight's lineup. Let's go up and down the list. Fabio Peralta, Ben Slanker, Austin Maley, Ty Konis, but a little bit different tonight because you usually see Austin Maley in that leadoff spot. Ty Konis towards the top of the order. Tonight, Austin Maley batting 7th, Ty Konis batting 8th.
Yeah, that is a little bit weird, but that's the beauty of this lineup, and I think with the new players coming in, Braden Jeffries, Carter White, and A.J. Putty, now are in the middle of the lineup, and they just got added to the roster about a week ago. I mean, Carter White and A.J. Putty have only played in a couple of games, but you're seeing how the roster can change so much over a season, and I'm excited to see how this lineup pans out compared to the other ones, because it is very different than anyone we've seen this season.
And considering what a young lineup that the Commodores have, you got Ty Konis just completed his freshman season. We've mentioned Austin Maley. You're at community college where he bats .339. I know the batting average down lately, but that's another impressive one to me. Only one extra base hit comprising his 15 hits.
It's amazing what he is doing so far this season. And yeah, he's 7th in the lineup now compared to his usual leadoff or 2nd in the lineup, but you feel really good when he comes up to the plate because his walk ability is fantastic. I mean, he just has a really good eye that you don't see from many hitters. Leads the team in walks and has done it all season long where you know he's going to get on base. And that is really nice to have a guy like that on your team.
And you talk about mentorship and tutelage in any craft of life, but especially sports, incredibly imperative. And that's exactly what Austin Maley has with his father, John.
Yeah.
Just like you saw Jared Saltalamacchia, former manager of the Commodores, here last night. So pretty cool to see all the family ties.
It definitely is. And, I mean, we were able to talk with him a bit at Fenway Day, which was just over a week ago now. It's already flying by. It was July 2nd that the Commodores went to Fenway. But he was saying how he got a cool perspective being around all these players his whole life and growing up around these guys, getting advice and building relationships with guys that are the best of the best. That's a incredibly unique opportunity that not many players are going to get. And he had it, and he's going with it, and he's playing on the Cape and being dominant. So he certainly is taking all the lessons and implementing them this summer.
To think about some of the players he was around in the time of Houston with the Astros, you had George Springer, Carlos Correa, Jose Altuve coming up. Then with the World Series champion Cubs, Rizzo, Baez,
I'm
Chris
certainly
Bryant,
jealous.
the whole crew. I mean, hey, that's got to be some great times around those players. But business for the Commodores tonight as you know, they'll look to keep rolling. Overall, better games, played well at the Gov so far this season for the Commodores at Gov Fuller Field. They're 6-4, and Thursday night, everything seemingly working against Hyannis.
Right, the last time the Commodores actually played a full game was Thursday against Hyannis, and you could make the case that it was the best game so far this season. The Commodores allowed their fewest runs this season with just one, and that came with one out in the ninth. They had a shutout going the rest of the game, but Kenyon Collins was fantastic on the mound for the Doors. The offense was working well, so it's good to know that you have really your last performance of a full game that was really strong.
And what was really most notably impressive, as discussed in yesterday's pregame show, 8 walks to 4 strikeouts. We've discussed it as a point of emphasis. Falmouth was leading the Cape Cod Baseball League in strikeouts entering Thursday night's game against Hyannis with 197, 201, still at the tops entering last night's game versus Wareham. But they've done a real conscious job of putting baseballs in play better.
And that is something that Coach Dom has stressed to us that he really focuses on, because he understands you just can't win games when you're striking out as much as they are. And it's a very important approach at the plate to say, hey, we got to make sure we do a better job of looking at these pitches and swinging at the right pitches in the zone whenever you get the chance.
He said, quote, "It bothers me when we swing the bats poorly with 2 strikes," and that's a point of emphasis that he mentioned repetitively with Commodore hitters, especially when down in the count. But we'll turn it over right now. National anthems soon to come. Lineups, first pitch, and baseball from Gov Fuller Field. You won't want to miss it. Bourne Braves, Falmouth Commodores here on Cape League TV.
ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rocket's red glare, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the brave.
Welcome back to Arnie Allen Diamond at Gov Fuller Field. The Falmouth Commodores have taken the field behind their starting pitcher, Colby Putnam. Let's get you the Bourne Braves starting lineup. Blake Schaff is the shortstop. He'll lead off. Cooper Williams in right field bats second. Andrew Costello's the left fielder. He'll bat third. Josiah Overbeek in his first game against the Commodores tonight cleans up and plays first base. Burke Lee Mabius is the designated hitter, switch hitter, and he'll bat fifth. Paul Vasquez, the third baseman, bats sixth. Rustin Rigdon, the second baseman, bats seventh. Matt Bolton, the center fielder, bats eighth. Bryce Estep, the catcher, will round out the Braves' batting order. And on the mound, Tim, tonight for the Commodores, it's the right-hander out of Gardner-Webb, Colby Putnam.
And Putnam, in his one appearance so far this season, it was out of relief, so this is his first start. He went 2 1/3 innings pitched, allowing 2 hits and no earned runs. Also had 2 walks and 3 strikeouts for the Commodores. He was just added to the roster about a week ago. So a new face, part of this Commodores pitching staff that is trying to gain some momentum right now.
And momentum Indeed, they have gained over the past week, Tim. You look at Ryan Castillo's outing against Cotuit last week, 6 strikeouts in 5 innings. You look at Kenyon Collins, 7 strikeouts in 6 innings. 2 of the 9 Commodore victories have come from their starting pitching, but both 2 victories in the last 7 days.
And the Collins one, I want to point out specifically because he was just dominant against Hyannis. And now, Cape League All-Star Kenyon Collins, a part of the squad for the Commodores, named to the All-Star team. He's actually the only pitcher on the Commodores that was named to the All-Star group. So huge congratulations to him, and very well deserved, as he was fantastic the other day.
Leads the Commodores in innings pitched with 14 2/3 on the season. How about that? 16 strikeouts, a low whip, pitching to an opposing batting average of .212. And we'd be remiss if we didn't shout out Cason Murphy on Thursday night. 4 strikeouts in 2 innings. He retires his first 4 batters by way of the K.
And him and Collins are now the innings leaders on the Commodores, both with over 14, which are the only 2 players to do that. So seeing these guys consistently go out and be very solid. Cason Murphy has had a couple appearances where he's gave up some runs, but for a large part of the season, I think he's looked really confident and relaxed out there and put together some really solid relief innings for the Commodores.
Commodores have hung tight with the Bourne Braves this year. It's no secret that Bourne is the team to beat in the West Division in the Cape Cod League, the defending CCBL champions, who come in tonight at 10-9-3. Away from Doran Park, the Braves are 4-5-2, but 4-2-2 against the West Division, the only team with a positive run differential in the West Division. Warm-up tosses are over for Colby Putnam as Kennett throws down. J.J. Kennett behind the plate tonight for the Commodores, the catcher out of Baylor, who will be exciting to see if he can get his offensive engine rolling. He certainly had a great year to remember at Baylor, 301 batting average in 40 games.
And he's a hitter that you know once he gets going, he'll be good, because he's a really good hitter. Like you mentioned, over 300. It's just not clicking for him right now, but he knows he has it in him, and I'm sure it will follow soon.
403 on base percentage and 819 OPS to boot at Baylor. Blake Schaff, who was the man of the ball game last night, or rather last time out for the Braves against the Commodores. Blake Schaff, he went 4 for 4, reached base in all 5 plate appearances, 4 singles.
And in a game that didn't have all that much offense as well, that was what made it even more impressive.
Schaff's a guy incredibly versatile, can do it all around the infield, can play shortstop, second base, third base. He digs in, and the first pitch from the right-hander Colby Putnam is a fastball off the plate, and it's a ball and no strikes.
You know, I will say, because we're in this different vantage point, it does feel like we're a little bit more immersed in the game. I think it's cool.
Putnam fires in a fastball, just misses off the inside corner. Yeah, you can hear more of the glove pop.
We got
fans nearby.
Yeah, we get to hear the fans. Yeah. That's cool.
Maybe a couple opinions from the dugout, one way or another. There's a strike, 2-1. For the Commodores, what Kenyon Collins did so well was get ahead in counts the other night, Tim. Only 2 3-0 counts across 6 innings of action and only 1 walk. 2-1 pitch. Flying back to the screen, foul.
And that's when the pitching staff is at its best, when they get ahead, because when they're not ahead, they do have walk troubles. Some of the most walks on Cape Cod this season. So that's a big thing to focus on for sure.
2-2 with nobody out. Colby Putnam looking for his first as a ground ball to the right side of the infield. On a high hop, the second baseman, and Ty Konis makes the play for the first out. Let's get you the defensive lineup for your Falmouth Commodores.
At third base, it's Braden Jeffries and Ryder Woodson at shortstop. Ty Konis at second base, A.J. Putty at first. And then in the outfield, left to right, White, Peralta, Slinker, and J.J. Kennett does the catching for Putnam.
High fly ball to deep center, but settling under it's Fabio Peralta, and he puts it away. 2 up, 2 down for Colby Putnam. So how about that? Down 2-0 in the count to Blake Schaff. He comes back, gets 2 strikes, a ground ball, and then a fly ball.
That's a perfect start. I mean, how can you not feel good after a quick ground out and a quick fly out?
6 pitches, 2 quick outs. Righty-on-righty matchup with the bases empty. No score. Just underway in Falmouth, top of the first inning. Bourne Braves and Falmouth Commodores for the third of 5 meetings head-to-head between West Division rivals this season. Putnam fires inside, and it clipped the arm of Andrew Costello. I think it got him on the shoulder, and he's down to first base with 2 out.
Goodies are right there. I mean, that one snuck up high. It looked a little bit dangerous for a second. So he's put up a heck of a year, Andrew Costello.
And an interesting caveat on that, Tim, you usually see batting averages decrease when you come to Cape Cod. You're away from the aluminum bats, the programs that you're so accustomed to. A 244 batting average for Andrew Costello this year at Wake Forest. A 348 batting average this season in 21 games with Bourne. That's no sample size to be sneezed at, as Josiah Overbeek in for the first time against the Commodores. Righty on lefty, 1 on 2 out. Swings and fouls it back 0-1.
And it's the best average on the Cape. He's not just putting up a good average on Bourne. He is dominating the entire league right now.
0-1 to Overbeek. Runner goes, pitch a strike inside. Throw to second from J.J. Kennett in time. Costello is gunned down. And that does it for the Bourne Braves in the top of the first. No runs, no hits, no errors, and 1 runner left on base. But we'll keep it right here as take a look at Milton Catt, who's proud to power the Cape all summer long. Back in a moment, no score as we head to the bottom of the first on Cape League TV.
You'll always be safe at home with the Diana Lucevero Group at Compass Real Estate.
Hi, I'm Michael Kasparian, President of the Falmouth Chamber of Commerce. The Chamber is here for the benefit of the whole community. Whether you're a local business or a visitor, Falmouth has endless offerings, from its beautiful beaches and historical sites to its local shopping and eateries. The Chamber bridges the 8 villages, providing visitors with all the tools to make their trip one to remember. Our visitor center is located in downtown Falmouth, just off of Main Street. Come by and meet our team. The Falmouth Chamber of Commerce, your community connection.
Hi, my name is Matt Burgess, General Manager here at Falmouth Country Club. We have a unique 27-hole public golf course with a beautiful layout that is family-oriented. Kids play free here at Falmouth Country Club. Getting on the course is quick and easy with our app. You can book tee times, get yardages with GPS, use our interactive scorecard, track your stats, and receive exclusive in-app offers. Falmouth Country Club is a true Cape Cod classic and a local family favorite.
See you on the course.
Ball, no scores. We head to the bottom of the first, and we'll get you the Falmouth Commodores batting order. Fabio Peralta in center field leads off. Ryder Woodson, the shortstop, bats second. Braden Jeffries at third. Will bat third. Middle third in the Commodore order. Carter White, the left fielder, cleans up. A.J. Putty, the first baseman, will bat fifth. Ben Slanker in right field, the newest Cape Cod League All-Star, will bat sixth. Austin Maley, the DH, bats seventh. Ty Konis bats eighth and plays second base. J.J. Kennett rounding out the batting order at 9. And on the mound is Austin Musso, the right-hander out of Arizona State.
And Musso this season with Bourne has gone 11 2/3 innings, allowing 3 earned runs, and has also done a nice job of striking out guys. 11 strikeouts through those 11 2/3 innings with the Braves.
So a nice top of the first inning for Colby Putnam and the Commodores. 2 quick outs, a plunk of Andrew Costello. He gets on first base one way or another, Tim, whether it's the batting average or getting hit by a pitch there, but gets gunned down on a gorgeous throw to the second base side of the second base bag from J.J. Kennett.
That was so good to see that throw, just right on the money. Barely got him in time. It was a close play, bang, bang, but awesome start to the game for the Doors.
So it's the lefty, Fabio Peralta, who digs in to lead off. First pitch from Musso is a fastball letter high. Fouled back to the screen. Peralta at 243 on the season. Named an All-Star. He could be named an All-Star, Tim, just for his defense alone.
Oh, absolutely. I mean, you already see him make one play in center field. That's probably the most casual of a catch he's had this season.
He can do that in his sleep as he fouls off the 89-mile-an-hour heater. It's 0-2.
I think the thing that stands out to me about him is the jumps that he gets for balls. Sometimes they're 30-plus feet, 40-plus feet away from him, and he makes it look easy because his jump is that good.
0-2 with nobody out. Fastball high and away. Yeah, he certainly made a litany of plays this summer where you turn your head and go, you're astounded.
Hello,
How
who's
did
that?
How did he cover
that's
that amount
impressive.
of real estate? Incredibly impressive. 1-2 incoming to Fabio Peralta. Bases empty, nobody out. And the breaking ball misses low. Let's get you our umpires tonight. Robert McHugh behind home plate. First time Commodores have seen him this season. Sam Finn is at first base, and Craig Andriozzi is over at third. Busso into his wind, home with the 2-2, and it's inside. Peralta's worked a full count. Peralta was in the 9th spot on Thursday night as he dribbles one in front of the plate. It's going to be a tough play for Musso, but he fields it easily and gets it on over to first in time for the first out of the bottom of the first. Let's get you the defensive alignment for the Bourne Braves.
At third base, it's Paul Vasquez. Shortstop, Blake Schaff. Second base, Rustin Rigdon. First base, Josiah Overbeek. And then left to right in the outfield, Costello, Bolton, Williams. And doing the catching for Austin Musso, Bryce Eastep.
Ryder Woodson, right-handed hitting shortstop, digs in with one out and the base is empty. Ryder at .279 on the season. 14 games with the Commodores, a homer and 6 RBIs. Swing and a miss, hardy fastball. Woodson cut through it at the letters.
I feel like more and more, though, we're seeing swings from the Commodore batters early on in counts because they're going to be more aggressive. They don't want to get these strikeouts, try and put those behind them.
The 0-1, foul back. For Woodson, a .780 on base percentage. Had himself a very strong batting average. Playing predominantly at the shortstop position this year at Mississippi State, where he also clubbed 9 homers and 41 RBIs. The 0-2 with one out. Fastball misses below the zone. For Musso, he's sitting 87-89 so far to begin today's game. Commodores saw 4 different high-end pitchers in the victory on Thursday night. Jonah Barkoff, Sam Mitchell, Clay Masonis, and Bruce Littleton. As the righty Musso into his wide, oh, and he plunks Woodson. Oh, goodness, that's in the left arm. Ryder grimaced in pain momentarily as he's still gingerly holding on. We'll squeeze it out.
We have a pretty good angle of the 2 hit-by pitches here. Now, it's funny, the umpire is saying a foul ball right now.
And they're going to call the umpires together. Based on Ryder's reaction, you would think that he got plunked, but they're saying it's the knob of the bat.
Right, and that's what can sometimes happen. I mean, it's a very rare scenario.
And see, I don't think they're going to overturn the call here, Tim, because you can't have a better angle than the home plate umpire himself from 120 feet away.
Right.
It's one of those judgment calls that's
yeah, if he makes the call there, you can't
incredibly
change it.
tough.
And here comes head coach Jack Dahm out of his dugout to have a chat with Woodson. So, I mean, Woodson clearly is showing that it hit him on his arm.
And that's
He's
exactly
clearly
what
showing.
Jack Dahm and Ryder Woodson are currently explaining to the plate umpire Robert McHugh, saying, look, I literally have physical proof I got plunked.
I mean, it didn't sound like it hit the bat. That's why I'm a little bit confused. I did not hear anyone.
And especially by Ryder's reaction to begin with. I mean, that's tough either way.
I mean, if it did hit the bat, I feel like it would have to be the slightest nick possible.
And they're saying it got him, so Robert McHugh is going to go over to the Bourne dugout and explain it to Scott Landers, who seemingly understands. So Woodson takes his base, and the Commodores have a runner on with one out.
That's big. And good job by Ryder Woodson to make sure to sell it to the umpire. I don't think he sold it. I think it actually hit him. But still, to make sure that you still get down to first base, that would have been a shame if he couldn't.
You got to love Jack Dahm coming out.
Right.
Trying to break up the conversation, saying, hey, no, literally, I have the proof right here. We don't
pull down the arms.
Yeah, we don't need video replay for that. 1 on, 1 out, righty on lefty matchup. It's Braden Jeffries who swings at the chin-high fastball and lines it back to the screen. Commodores have put some good swings on some fastballs early here against Musso.
They have, and they're being more aggressive at the plate. I think that is an approach they have to be thinking, because the last time they played Bourne, no hits. You got to be a little bit more aggressive than that.
Short lead for Ryder Woodson off of first base as Musso slide steps into his delivery, and the changeup misses low and away. For Jeffries, an impressive Swiss Army knife. Not only can he do it in the field, National Gold Glove winner at the third base position at Michigan, but a .308 batting average so far in his first 8 games in Falmouth.
He's honestly, he looks like one of the most comfortable hitters on the team, for sure. Because he just gets everything in play.
A dynamic contributor from the offensive side at Michigan this year. 76 hits. As did Woodson go around? He did not, and it's 2-1. 11 extra base hits, 5 homers, and 43 RBIs in the Big Ten for the Wolverines this season. Left-handed hitting third baseman, and against the Braves righty starter. 2-1 count, 1 out, and a runner on. No score, bottom 1. Fastball high and away. That's something else that Jeffries exhibits. Like a characteristic of most excellent hitters, very patient eye at the plate.
Right, and that's something that all Commodore hitters need to do their best job of focusing on it. And they have done a much better job of it over the last week or so.
3-1. Jeffries lines at third base side foul. A quality at bat being put together by the Commodore third baseman. It'll be a payoff pitch incoming with 1 out. Commodores are going to try and get that first hit here in the first inning.
Yeah.
They haven't forgotten about just 6 days ago.
They want to get that off of their back right away.
And Commodores looked very solid up the road at Doran Park. One of their most complete games of the season. It was their lone tie, but had a 3-0 lead. Bourne eventually stormed back to tie it. That game finished in 10 innings on. It's a great double play turned by Ty Konis. Logan Pecor coming in with a nice pickoff play. Game had every element imaginable.
That was one of my favorite games of the season, honestly. I mean, it's unfortunate the Doors didn't come out with the win. They had the lead going into the 9th, and then ended up losing it. But Logan Pecor in that 10th inning, really special.
Payoff pitch. Jeffries rolls it on the ground to second. Double play ball. Rigdon goes to shaft 1. Back to first in time. 4-6-3 double play, and the Commodores go quietly here in the bottom of the first. No runs, no hits, no errors, and because of the double play, 1 runner left on base. We played an inning here in Falmouth. No score between the Braves and the Commodores on Cape League TV.
Hi, I'm Jim Murray, owner of Falmouth's historic Clam Shack, now Jim's Clam Shack. Located on scenic Falmouth Harbor, Jim's Clam Shack is a destination for the best seafood and sunsets on the Cape. We're open 7 days a week, so stop by for lunch or join us for dinner on the rooftop deck. Bring the entire family to try our wide selection of seafood and kid-friendly option. We deliver the freshest products to your plates daily. Jim's Clam Shack, a proud supporter of the Falmouth Commodores.
Are you looking for that perfect pregame meal? Supreme Pizza has you covered. Its extensive menu has everything from pies and calzones to salads and subs. And with its online ordering system, delicious food is just 1 click away.
It's an honor to support the Cape Cod Baseball League.
Supreme Pizza is open every day of the week. Order online or stop by their store located at 147 T-Ticket Highway and try a slice today.
Welcome back to Arnie Allen Diamond Deck Gulf Fuller Field. Let's get you the weather on a beautiful Saturday night. Just about 78 degrees. Gorgeous night here in Falmouth. Now down to 76. Wind blowing at 8 miles an hour, if Weather Channel serves me correct, Tim. Direction south-southeast or east-southeast. Pretty nice day.
Yeah, it is a nice day at Gov Fuller Field. And now we take a look at the keys to the game for the Bourne Braves, and one of them is hits. The Bourne Braves get a lot of hits. 173 on the season, which is 1 behind YD for the most on Cape Cod. They keep doing that, good things will happen for the Braves. And also, it's to keep dominating the Falmouth batters, because that's exactly what they've done all season. Just 4 runs allowed against Falmouth between the 2 games, and the first no-hitter since 2022 on Cape Cod, the last time these 2 teams met at Gov Fuller Field, which that was a tough one, and the Doors will want to forget that one as quickly as they can.
Tough end there to the bottom of the first inning, and Braden Jeffries' at-bat in particular. He works a full count, seeing every pitch imaginable in the arsenal of the righty Austin Musso, but he bounces into a nice 4-6-3 double play turned by the Bourne Braves.
But the one thing that the Commodores did is, even though they had just 3 batters, 16 pitches through 3 batters, it's no crazy amount, but still, to have at least 5 pitch plus at-bats every at-bat, it's impressive.
Josiah Overbeek in, swings at the first pitch and fouls it away. It's the 4, 5, and 6 in the Braves' order to come to the plate against the righty Putnam here in the top of the second. It's Overbeek's first official at-bat now against the Commodores, as Andrew Costello was thrown out to end the inning. Fastball strays just high and away off the plate, and it's even at a ball and a strike. Well, the marathon or 7-game series, you could say, Tim, quote-unquote, is over after tonight. Tomorrow, Commodores go back to the East Division, finally, as the strike spun in there from Putnam. It's 1-2.
But still, there's another marathon upon us, because we were talking about there's going to be 10 straight games where the Commodores have a game. And that's the same for Wareham as well, because that game now moved to Monday to be finished up. And I know it wasn't a full game yesterday against Wareham, but from Wednesday last week all the way until the All-Star break.
Putnam misses off the plate, 2-2 with nobody out. Yeah, a lot of consecutive games. A shortened game, though, the resumption on Monday. Fouled off again. Nice at-bat being put together here by Overbeek to begin the top of the second. Overbeek this year, great power numbers in the Patriot League. In West Point, 17 homers and 44 RBIs. .286 batting average, .804 OPS. 1 RBI so far in 2 games with Bourne this season. It's an Army team that fared incredibly well this year, too. Wins in just about 56% of their games. As a pop-up there to second base, Ty Konis easily handles it. And there's 1 out in the top of the second. So with the bases empty and 1 out, Commodores will see the switch hitting Berkeley Mabius in for the left side, designated hitter from the University of Oregon. Boy, Putnam working at some very reputable pace so far to begin tonight's game. He's into his wind, bases empty, 1 out. No score game, top of the second. Misses just below the knees with a fastball, 1-0. Colby deals, foul back.
I really think a good start for the Commodores could just give this team a lot more confidence on all sides of things. They just do a lot better when their starters go out and do a good job.
Swing and a miss. Well, we can say proof positive when a Commodore starter goes 5 innings or more. They are 2-0 this season. Commodores also 5-2 in a game in which they hit a home run. So it's 1-2 with 1 out. Fastball strays high and away at 90 miles an hour. Among one of the faster pitches we've seen Colby Putnam throw today. That can be a common element, too, coming out of your high school program. You play a season of college, not as much time groomed within the pitching system of a university. We know a lot of that's different these days with the transfer portal, NIL, but Putnam getting some work out there early. There'll be a payoff pitch with 1 out, and the base is empty. Putnam, cool as a cucumber, glove at his chin from the middle of the rubber into his wind. Fires the payoff pitch, fastball, inside corner called, strike 3. As Lee Mabius had the bat tossed towards the dugout. He thought it was ball 4, but the plate umpire, Robert McHugh, says sit on down.
He sure did say that. It's always funny to see the opposing players toss their bat and then their reaction after it is a called strike 3. Putnam really starting to find his groove right now.
That's why they call it the 3-inch buffer zone, especially in 2 strike counts later in the game. Commodores look to get out of the inning unscathed. It's a little dribbler. This is going to be a tough play for the Gold Glove winner, Jeffries, who barehands it and does not have a play. And in his defense, that would have been one of the incredibly toughest ones to make. So the first hit of the ball game for Bourne as Vasquez reaches on an infield single.
That's an impossible play, unfortunately, and a very fortunate spot to put the ball. for Paul Vasquez. Just his second hit this season for Bourne.
So it's the Vanderbilt Commodore in against the Falmouth Commodores. Rustin Brigden, righty and lefty matchup, 1 on, 2 out, top of the second. Putnam winds and fires, soft changeup. Right down Broadway for a called strike at 76. For Vasquez, he continues to motor along, only his 7th plate appearance as a Bourne Brave. He reaches base again. An attendee of Oregon State University, where he mans the hot corner. 867 OPS this year with the Beavers, 8 homers and 36 RBIs in Corvallis. 0-1 with 2 out. Fastball just misses below the zone. Kennett was sticking it, thinking it was a strike. As he shakes his head no, looking towards the Commodores' dugout. He's having a brief conversation with Robert McHugh. 1-1. Dribbled on the ground up the middle. Going to be a tough play for Konis to the backhand side. Flips to second in time. A beauty from Ty Konis gets the Commodores out of the top of the second inning. No runs on a hit, no errors. A runner left on base, an inning and a half through. No score between the Braves and the Commodores.
If you're a
Cape League
Massachusetts
TV.
resident and don't have a bachelor's, you could be attending 4Cs for free, all while preparing for careers that actually move you forward. Aviation maintenance, nursing, dental, funeral service, we've got it all. capecod.edu/free.
Heading to Nantucket this summer? Skip the traffic and take to the skies with Cape Air. With convenient flights from Norwood to Nantucket, you can start your vacation sooner without the hassle of traffic. That way you spend more time relaxing and less time getting there. Experience the Cape Air difference and book your next flight today at capeair.com. Let Cape Air be your wings in the Northeast.
Cape Cod 5 is proud to be the official banking partner of the Cape Cod Baseball League. Cape Cod 5 offers a broad range of financial products and services tailored for every stage in your financial journey. Reach out to us. We're here to help.
Life can be full of surprises, but Eastern Propane and Oil is always just a call away. With a local team member available 24/7, we're always ready to support you when you need it. With an Eastern Propane and Oil technician on the way, your family's comfort is our priority. Our local team, over 500 strong, ensures your home is comfortable and warm. Eastern Propane and Oil, a local team with 24/7 service and delivery, ensuring comfort when you need it most.
Welcome back to Commodores Baseball from Arnie Allen Diamond at Gulf Fuller Field. Let's get you your keys to the game for the Falmouth Commodores, Tim.
Yes, for the Falmouth Commodores, the big things are going to be to limit the big inning. That is something that we've seen a couple of times in games that they have lost. The Commodores have given up 3 yesterday against Wareham in that first inning, and a couple of other times this season where they've given up a lot of runs in the span of 1 or 2 innings, and that has made it tough for them. Another thing is dingers equals W's. You actually mentioned it a little bit, Farrell, but the Commodores are 5-2 when they hit a home run. So usually when they hit the long ball, it equals a W.
I stole your thunder.
Yeah, that's all right.
You know who stole the Bourne Braves thunder in the top of the second was Ty Konis.
Oh,
that
yeah.
was a magnificent play to end the inning.
He was, I mean, unbelievable that he flipped that with his glove on the run. That's what you love to see, and Cape League All-Star type of play.
Middle third of the Commodore order to come to the plate here in the bottom of the second inning. It begins with the lefty Carter White in against the right-hander Austin Muso's first offering is off the plate, 1-0. White has made a notable first impression for the Commodores so far this year. 500 batting average to begin in his opening 2.5 ball games in Falmouth as he pounds it into left center field. It's going to be a long run for both Costello and Bolton. They won't get there, and it rolls all the way to the wall. Picking it up in center field is Bolton as he'll fire it back in. A leadoff double for Carter White to begin the second.
Well, at this point, after a couple of games, this is what you're just going to come to start to expect from Carter White. He has been fantastic with this team so far. 4 for 8 on the season coming into today, and that ball was perfectly placed, line drive, perfect piece of hitting by White.
It's A.J. Putty, 55 games at Illinois this year. A great season with the Fighting Illini. .313 batting average. Great power numbers to go along with it as well. 14 extra base hits, 9 homers, and 52 RBIs. Takes a fastball inner third for a called strike. You want to talk about power, you got it in the middle of the order tonight for the Commodores. Ben Slanker, also named a Cape Cod League All-Star, patiently awaits on deck. Peak at second and the 0-1, misses off the plate. So it's a ball and a strike to A.J. Putty. Righty out, righty matchup. Runner on second, nobody out. Bottom of the second inning, no score between the Braves and the Commodores. A couple of sparkling defensive plays made by both sides in the opening inning and a half. 1-1. Fastball bottom of the zone, just misses. It's 2-1. For A.J. Putty on Thursday night against Hyannis, reached base in 4 of 5 plate appearances. 1 for 2 with a single, came around to score 3 times, walked 3 times as well. 2-1, fastball away. Putty in a great hitter's count, 3-1 with nobody out. Boy, if he gets a fastball here, Tim, you're thinking swinging all the way.
You know he has home run, pop, power pop.
That's what we saw last night from Dylan Dubovic on the Gateman end. 3-1, fouled off first base side out of play, and the count runs full. So it'll be a payoff pitch with nobody out. An extended arm length there from A.J. Putty, protecting the plate. Got a fastball that potentially could have been ball 4. But opts to give it a try and fouls it back. So a way to payoff pitch with nobody out. Musso sets, a peek at second, fires, and a tip into the glove of the catcher East Step. First strikeout in the ball game for Austin Musso, and there's one gone in the bottom of the second.
And you just want to be able to get this run in. I mean, you got a guy to second with no outs. Early in the game, just get yourself some sort of comfortability getting a run across the board, especially with the offense that was put up yesterday against Wareham. It would be big for the team to get it early on.
So it's the Cape Cod League All-Star to come to the plate with a runner on second and 1 out. Ben Slanker, who takes the fastball high, 1-0. 2 homers and 9 RBIs so far as a Commodore for Slanker at .225 on the season. One of the most powerful hitters in all of college baseball the last 2 years. Is a way to 1-0 as he hits it in the air to left center field. It's a long run coming in as the left fielder makes the catch, throws back to second. Costello in time to the shortstop Schaff, and that does it for the Commodores here in the bottom of the second inning. So 2 consecutive innings in which a double play has been turned. That one, unfortunately, not what the Commodores were looking for. As we conclude the second, no score between the Commodores and Braves. We'll be back in a moment here
if
on
you can
Cape
dream
League TV.
If you can cruise in it, if you can summer in it, fish from it, or take it for a day at the beach, we can protect it. The Baldwin Group, protecting the possible.
Try it, then buy it. Rent a new cat for up to 90 days. Then apply 100% of the rental cost to the purchase and save. The Milton Cat Rent to Purchase offer. Try it, then buy it. Go to miltoncat.com/RPO.
At Cape Cod Healthcare, we're committed to excellence and compassion in everything we do, like helping people maintain their active lifestyles. Our innovative orthopedic program combines advanced techniques and leading-edge technology with highly specialized teams, including our nationally recognized Center of Excellence for Joint Replacement. Our focus is getting you back to doing the things you love, in the place you love.
The Center of Excellence and the quality of care that we can deliver makes all the difference to the patients. They understand that they can get the best care right here on Cape Cod.
Reader's Hardwood Supply is a candy store for wood, whether you're a professional or an amateur. Reader's Hardwood Supply carries over 70 species of both domestic and imported lumber from around the world, displayed in over 300 self-serve bins for your selection. So for your next project, make it your masterpiece with stock from Reader's Hardwood Supply. The woods of the world are here at Reader's Hardwood Supply.
This broadcast is a copyrighted production of the Cape Cod Baseball League. Any unauthorized duplication, Retransmission or other use is strictly prohibited. So to end the bottom of the second inning, an unfortunate break for the Commodores. Carter White gets stranded halfway between second and third on a running grab from Costello, who fires back to Schaff in time for the double play.
And it was just a play that, White must have misread where that fly ball was going. Maybe he thought it was going to drop down. Maybe he thought it was going to go farther to the left or the right. But he was too far off of second base, and it was a heads-up play by Costello to throw back, so credit to him. But White has to be back to second in those scenarios.
Clean slate, top of the third inning. No runs, 1 hit, and no errors for both Falmouth and Bourne. The third of 5 meetings on the season. Commodores will travel up to Doran Park this Wednesday night for a matchup with the Bourne Braves, their last trip to Bourne this season, and then we'll welcome in the Bravos once again here on July 28th to Gov Fuller Field. 8, 9, and 1 due up in the Braves order in the top of the third inning. Bolton, Estep, and Schaff. It's the left-handed hitting center fielder Matt Bolton to dig in against the righty Putnam in his third inning of work. As Putnam into his wind, fires the icebreaker away. Bolton at .279 on the season and 20 games played. 1-0. Fastball in tight. He's one of the most versatile players this year with the Binghamton Bearcats. 68 hits, 20 extra base hits, a .340 batting average. 2-0. Grounded right back to the mound. Putnam a snare with the glove, an underhand flip, 1-3 to begin the top of the third.
A lot of ground outs that Putnam has been able to get so far. He's getting batters to just chop it right down into the ground. 4 ground outs so far.
Ready on ready matchup, 1 out and the base is empty. It's Bryce Estep who takes a strike. Estep followed by the top of the order and Blake Schaff on deck. Commodores in 1 plate appearance so far today have kept him at bay after his 4-for-4 outing. Fastball misses away, and it's a ball and a strike. Estep, an attendee of Coastal Carolina University, playing for Kevin Schnall and the Chanticleers, as the manager, head honcho of the Coastal Carolina Chanticleers likes to make it known. Not Chanticleers, as he said in his post-game presser at the College World Series in Omaha a year ago. Strike on the outside corner, and it's 1-2 to Bryce Estep. Putnam working quickly into his wide. Breaking ball, swing and a miss, like a Frisbee. Got him to cut through it, and that's the second strikeout for Colby. 2 gone at the top of the third.
Come out this inning very strong. That was a great pitch, and Estep totally missed it.
So here's Blake Schaff. Comes to the plate, righty on lefty matchup. Bases empty, 2 outs on a gorgeous Saturday night in Falmouth. No score between the Commodores and Braves in an all-West Division matchup. Putnam looking to complete his 3rd scoreless inning of work. Into his wind, fires, and the breaking ball misses off the plate at 77. .1-0. Soft breaking ball spun in there at the knees, and the count levels at 1. For Schaff, he's also a guy who's elevated his batting average, or kept it pretty high, all things considered. .324 at Wake Forest this season, .286 with the Braves as he takes another fastball low. 2 consecutive pitches out of the zone from the righty Putnam, and it's 3-1.
Right, no walks, just the 1 hit by pitch so far for Putnam.
3-1, outside for ball 4. So Schaff will take his base, as he's just 1 behind the team lead in stolen bags. That's held by Rustin Rigdon with 7. Nonetheless, a threat to go, as we'd like to Remind you that walk is our free pass of the game presented by Cape Cod Community College. Go to Cape Cod Community College for free. Every program, no tuition or fees for those that qualified. capecod.edu/free for more. Bluff but no go there from Blake Schaff as fastball taken at the bottom of the zone for a called strike to Cooper Williams.
Still 2 down. If you get another one of those ground balls, that'd be awesome.
Throw back to the mound. Putnam so far today has recorded 3 of his 8 outs, 37.5% via the ground ball. Righty and lefty matchup, a runner on, 2 out, no score, top 3. Taken off for second, Schaff. Strike. Throw down from J.J. Kennett, not in time. Close as J.J. was a couple steps headed towards the Commodores dugout. He has confidence in his arm, and rightfully so, Tim. Another cannon from the Commodore catcher.
It was a cannon, and he looks locked in behind the plate right now because he's put up 2 awesome throws. That one might have been an even better throw, just a better jump by Schaff.
Cooper Williams takes the 0-2 offering just off the plate. Breaking ball at 78. And it's a ball and 2 strikes with Schaff in scoring position. Putnam comes set. 2 peaks at second for Schaff, who slightly increases his lead. And the floating breaking ball's dribbled foul. The hitter has reached base each inning so far for Bourne. Do a good job at getting traffic on the bases, as you mentioned. Steady diet of hits so far this year for Scott Lander's team. Sitting in first place in the West Division. 3 points ahead of second place Hyannis. Change up off the plate, and it's 2-2. Hyannis, though, 6-4 in their last 10 games. 2-2, and this one lined into left field. Carter White is there, and he makes the catch to conclude another scoreless inning for Colby Putnam. No runs, no hits, no errors. The runner left on base, 2.5 through. No score at the Gov on Cape League TV.
Welcome back to Commodores Baseball here on Cape League TV. Alongside here with Kenyon Collins. Kenyon, congratulations on making the All-Star team.
Thank you, appreciate it.
What are you most excited about to head to Harwich and pitch in front of all the Cape League fans?
I mean, it's been a goal of mine. I'm just excited to go and play against all the best players in the league, best competition. So,
what's been the most fun part with this group? You're about halfway through the summer. Is there one thing that stands out to you?
Just the group of guys. We have a lot of fun. Baseball is always fun in itself, but you get to meet new guys, new characters, and that's always a lot of fun.
All right, best of luck.
Yeah, thank you, appreciate it.
Guys?
Thanks so much, Andrew, and it's always great getting to speak with a member of the Commodores, Kenyon Collins, who tossed a magnificent 6 innings of shutout baseball the other night.
And Collins has such a great personality as well. He's such a high-energy guy, and you can see it when he's out on the mound, how pumped up he gets after he gets those big outs. So it's really fun to watch him pitch and off the field as well, just carry himself in a great way.
Now don't quote me on this, but I believe he's either got an investment or He runs an ice cream shop.
You really?
Checking his
know
socials right now. Austin's Homemade Ice Cream in Cerrado, West Virginia. Also has locations in Huntington and Barboursville. All right, that's our side quest of the evening. Figure that one out. 7, 8, and 9 in the Commodore order. It's Austin Maley. An all-star for the Commodores to lead off the bottom of the third. Righty-on-righty matchup into his wind, and offering the first pitch is Musso. Popped up first base side towards the stands and foul.
About 20 feet to our right over here.
We've gotten a hot dog at the ballpark so far this season. Gotten ice cream, tried all the wonders of ballpark food. Now we ought to take a ball home, Tim.
Had a root beer float as well.
That's right, at Harwich.
Yeah.
Yep, Gator Bites here. Nothing in one inside.
Yeah, I was able to try that root beer float on the broadcast. It's not something I expected to do, but
the hot dogs in Katuitt, the burgers in Chatham.
There's a lot of good food on Cape.
Oh, yeah. 1-1. Looked like a slider, just missed off the outside corner. Robert McHugh not giving the call to Bryce Eastep. Nonetheless, a nice frame job made there from the Bourne Braves catcher. 2-1 count with nobody out and the bases empty. Home half of the third in a scoreless game. Glad you've joined us on a picturesque Saturday evening from Gov Fuller Field. Fastball inside corner at the belt. Millie takes for a called strike 2. Maley as calm, cool, and collected imaginable. Rarely see him strike out. I know the last 2 games he's played in an exception as he lays off the high fastball there, and indicative of the kind of at-bats he puts together. A full count here.
We said it before the game of how he has such a great eye, and continuing it in the bottom half of the order today.
Deep breath from Musso into his wind. Payoff pitch low for ball 4. Austin Maley gets a free pass down to first to lead off the bottom of the third.
We'll say it is very weird to see him in the 7th spot of the lineup. I'm just not used to it at all. I kind of came up and he was up at 7th, and I was like, wow, it's Austin Maley is down there.
So it's Ty Konis to come to the plate. 2 homers this season, second on the Cape in RBIs with 16. One of his homers came here, rocketed a grand slam in the bottom of the first inning, and an eventual 11-10 wild one over the Wareham Gatemen. Hasn't homered since June 27th. Takes a fastball top of the zone for a called strike. I think Konis' power numbers should be recognized more often than they are, Tim. 5 homers, 39 RBIs at the University of Maryland this year, garnering all 10 freshman, Big Ten rather, all freshman team honors.
I mean, that's exactly what he has the power to do, and why he's an all-star, and why he's been such a great player that just transferred over to Texas Tech this summer. He has a lot of power and a lot of potential.
Increasing lead for Maley off of first. 0-1 with 1 out. Breaking ball. This is the bottom of the zone, and it's a ball and a strike. Bit of a peek towards the Braves dugout there from Eastep. He thought he comfortably had a strike 2 call. It's funny because we've seen the low strike called this year, Tim, and umpires have been very consistent here on the Cape. To their credit, we haven't seen a higher strike zone as often.
That's true. That's a very good point.
1-1. Inside, 2 balls and a strike.
Sometimes outside can be extended in with depending on what umpire is there.
And you think, if anything, maybe the lower zones would be easier for some of the shorter home plate umpires. We had Jake Brichta here, one of the tallest umpires, I think the tallest umpire.
He better be the
Cape
tallest.
Cod,
He was
Cape Cod. And
he's daunting.
You'd think maybe sometimes they wouldn't call the low strike because they'd go, okay, well, that's very low. Sometimes they do, though. I mean, we've seen Aaron Judge over his 10-year stretch in Major League Baseball maybe get a couple unfair ones low, as many other hitters have.
Now, do you think that you are taller than Jake Brichta?
No. Oh. I know I am not. I've stood around him. 2-1, swing and a miss. Konis was looking to hit that onto Dillingham Avenue. It's 2-2.
Now, that's impressive, though, because you're 6'5". Jake Brichta, if that gives you any idea of how tall he is.
He might be the kid's favorite number. Just might be. 2-2. Swing and a miss. Konis ahead of the changeup, waves through it. And there's one gone in the bottom of the third. So that'll bring up J.J. Kennett, 1 on and 1 out. Commodores catcher who finished this year very strong numbers in his college season. Still looking to translate it over to the offensive side here in Falmouth. Snap throw back to first. Colby Putnam's done a nice job mowing along in the top half of each inning for the Commodores. Scoreless game, bottom 3. Swing and a miss. Tip into the glove of E-step from Kennett, 0-1. For the Commodores in their last 10 games have only lost 1 game on the first place Bourne Braves. Only 2 games back entering tonight, 1 in the loss column. 3 ties for Bourne. They lead Cape Cod in that category. 21 games in, 23 points. A very similar pace to last season's 42 points they finished with. Just on pace for 45 right now.
Bailey's actually first stolen base of the season came on Thursday against Hyannis, which is hard to believe. Right?
Yeah, right. I mean, you instantly think middle infielder. He's going to steal a lot of bases. Inside strike to Kennett, 0-2.
And at the rate that he walks.
Yeah.
And gets a base.
0-2 to Kennett. 1 out. We're in the bottom of the third. No score. Large lead off of first for Maley. 0-2. Kennett reaches out, pokes it into left field for a base hit. So a good piece of 2-strike hitting from J.J. Kennett. And the Commodores have 2 runners on with 1 out.
Well, you know that feels really good for J.J. Kennett, a guy that's been struggling this summer a little bit. But just to get a knock, and it was a tough pitch to get his bat on. He reached out for it. Just did a nice job of staying solid through the ball. Great piece of hitting.
So it's Fabio Peralta with Maley off of second, Kennett off of first. 1 out. And the bottom of the third, looking to break through with the game's first run. Righty on lefty matchup. First time in against the righty Musso. He chopped right back to the mound. First pitch to Fabio, fastball outside corner strike, 0-1. Interesting to see the speed difference a lot of the starting pitching Commodores have faced recently in the low 90s tonight. You got Musso sitting mid to high 80s. Maybe a bit more of the changeup speed the Commodores are accustomed to. 0-1. Fastball flied foul up to 88. Above the letters, below the chin, 0-2. Peralta chops it foul, stays alive.
Ended up banging off the dugout over there, right next to the Bat Boy girl.
Commodores did a much better job in Thursday night's game. Or so it seemed, not leaving runners in scoring position. Still left 11, but when you win a ball game 9-1, very minimal complaints there. 0-2 to Peralta with 1 out. Long peek at second for Austin Musso and another at Maley. Home with the next offering, fastball at 90, high and away. One-two in the dirt, and a nice stop from E-step as Maley was crawling 30 feet towards third.
These 2 catchers in this game today have been locked in. E-step, that great stop. Kennett, a couple great throws.
That's similar to what we saw in Thursday night's game, particularly on the end of Hyannis' Will Fosberg. put together one of the best games defensively we've seen from a while. Dallas Brooks also piecing together a clinic on the Commodores side as a backstop. 2-2, righty on lefty, 2 on, 1 out to Fabio Peralta. Into his line, Musso fires, fastball just off the outside corner. Framed nicely, but didn't catch enough plate, and it's a full count. Three-two. Peralta lines it in the air, deep left center field. Ranging over is the center fielder in Bolton, who puts it away for out number 2. Nice speed closing in from the Binghamton Bearcat. And Peralta's retired for the second time today.
I think this one was just missed. It was hit pretty hard on a line, but just missed off the sweet spot for Peralta.
So it's Ryder Woodson to come to the plate with 2 on and 2 out. Bottom of the third, no score. Ryder Woodson, his lone homer this season. A round tripper over the wall in the deepest part of Gov Fuller Field in left center last Friday night, tying the ball game at 11 in the bottom of the 6th, and an eventual 3-run victory for the Commodores over their division rival Kettleers. Fastball, bottom of the zone, called strike 1. And a couple grins, oohs and ahs from the Commodores dugout. Jack Dom not too happy either. Oh, 1. Fastball away. It's always cool being down near the dugouts, Tim. You can hear pitching coach conversation. You can hear jargon in the dugout. Hitters relaying messages to one another. Very cool.
I think we're lucky that at all these road games we go to, we get to sit right next to the Commodores dugout a lot of the time. We hear exactly what they say and their thoughts.
1-1, Woodson pounds it, deep center field. Bolton going back on his horse, settles under it just in front of the warning track and makes the play to end the bottom of the third. So the Commodores with some loud contact in the inning, but do not score. No runs and a hit, no errors. 2 runners left on base. Let's go to the 4th. No score on Cape League TV.
Hi, I'm Jim Murray, owner of Falmouth's historic clam shack, now Jim's Clam Shack. Located on scenic Falmouth Harbor, Jim's Clam Shack is a destination for the best seafood and sunsets on the Cape. We're open 7 days a week, so stop by for lunch or join us for dinner on the rooftop deck. Bring the entire family to try our wide selection of seafood and kid-friendly option. We deliver the freshest products to your plates daily. Jim's Clam Shack, a proud supporter of the Falmouth Commodores.
Are you looking for that perfect pregame meal? Supreme Pizza has you covered. Its extensive menu has everything from pies and calzones to salads and subs. And with its online ordering system, delicious food is just one click away.
It's an honor to support the Cape Cod Baseball League.
Supreme Pizza is open every day of the week. Order online or stop by their store, located at 147 T-Ticket Highway, and try a slice today.
Welcome back to Commodores Baseball. Top of the 4th inning, no score, and player just lighting it up so far. You've prefaced it already, Tim. It's Andrew Costello.
He's been phenomenal, leading the league in average and has had a great season as well with on-base percentage, OPS. It's impressive because he's played in so many games with the Braves, and you don't see guys in the Cape play consistently every day and still put up those numbers. So very impressive for Costello.
So the Commodores make some great contact in the bottom of the 3rd, but they're not able to cross the plate just yet. Fly ball to center from Fabio Peralta and a fly ball to center from Ryder Woodson. One piece of contact seemingly louder than the next as the inning rolled along.
Yes, I mean, it's a good sign from the Commodores hitters that they're getting it going and they're getting some good contact, but just missing it right now. And they just need one big knock, even if it's a bloop single, just to get these guys from second base across to score. Some little luck of a hit sometimes can be the best way to score runs.
Commodores leading in the hit department so far today at 2-1. So we move along to the 4th inning. 3, 4, and 5, righty, lefty, and switch hitter batting left. Andrew Costello followed by Josiah Overbeek and Berkeley Mabius here in the 4th. And for Colby Putnam, so pretty locked in, kept the ball low in the zone and wheeling and dealing with some outs.
I want to see him keep going out with this confidence because ever since that first inning where there was a runner that got to second. I mean, third inning, a guy gets to second as well, but still, I mean, he has been locked in with pretty much every batter.
So it's Andrew Costello, righty hitting left fielder, to dig in. Putnam ready in the first pitch of the top of the fourth inning. His fastball popped up, left side of the diamond. It's Braden Jeffries in foul territory at third base. Puts it away for the first out.
That's an awesome way to start the top of the fourth. Quick pop out. Now you got one down. Keep attacking.
It's Josiah Overbeek. Rarely do you see Patriot League players appear on Cape Cod, but in Overbeek's case, that's exactly what's going on. Digs in righty and lefty, one out, bases empty. Fastball away, 1-0.
And you can tell when Overbeek steps into the box, the stature he has. You can see why he had so many home runs with Army.
1-0. Yeah, he looks raring to go there as he takes a fastball letter high for a strike at 87.
His 17 home runs were 10 more than any other player on West Point.
1-1. As he pounds it deep right field, racing back on his horse is Slanker to the warning track, and he puts it away in the deepest part of right center field. Wow, loud contact, Tim, but 2 out.
Yeah, I thought I almost spoke it into existence, but Slanker was back there, tracked it really well, and you see Putnam's got a huge smile on his face right now.
Just the relief.
Right. You get scared. You hear the contact. Pitchers know when it's hit well, but when it's right up against that warning track and it's caught, it's the best feeling.
Righty on lefty, bases empty, 2 out. Breaking ball called strike down Broadway. To the left-handed hitting Berkeley Mabius. Mabius with the Oregon Ducks. A .286 batting average in 55 games. Swings and misses this time. Putnam buries it in the dirt. Breaking ball at 76, 0-2. For Mabius, he struck out looking his first time up. Thought he had ball 4. Tossed the bat towards the dugout. 0-2. As Mabius takes to the dirt.
What Putnam has done an awesome job of, though, is just his location with pitches. He doesn't have extreme velocity that you'll see from some Cape guys, but he locates very well.
As Mabius hits it in the air to deep center, Peralta moves back a few steps in front of the track, puts it away for a scoreless 1-2-3, top of the fourth inning for Colby Putnam. No runs, no hits, no errors, none left on base. 3.5 through, a whole bunch of nada at Guff Fuller Field on Cape League TV.
You'll always be safe at home with the Diana Lucevero Group at Compass Real Estate.
Hi, I'm Michael Kasparian, President of the Falmouth Chamber of Commerce. The Chamber is here for the benefit of the whole community. Whether you're a local business or a visitor, Falmouth has endless offerings, from its beautiful beaches and historical sites to its local shopping and eateries. The Chamber bridges the 8 villages, providing visitors with all the tools to make their trip one to remember. Our visitor center is located in downtown Falmouth, just off of Main Street. Come by and meet our team. The Falmouth Chamber of Commerce, your community connection.
Hi, my name is Matt Burgess, General Manager here at Falmouth Country Club. We have a unique 27-hole public golf course with a beautiful layout that is family-oriented. Kids play free here at Falmouth Country Club. Getting on the course is quick and easy with our app. You can book tee times, get yardages with GPS, use our interactive scorecard, track your stats, and receive exclusive in-app offers. Falmouth Country Club is a true Cape Cod classic and a local family favorite.
See you on the course.
Welcome back to Arnie Allen Diamond at Guff Fuller Field. No score between the Commodores and the Bourne Braves as we enter the bottom of the 4th inning. Farrell Hudson and Timmy Weiss, third member of our crew, Andrew Hilsman, our great producers, Lyndon Stills and Skylar Ellis. Let's go to the Cape storylines, Tim. What's going on around Cape Cod?
There's a whole lot going on, and it's exciting to see on the Cape. Katsuit, who Falmouth actually beat twice, is on the rise right now. Snapped a 6-game losing streak. That was against Falmouth, and now all of a sudden they've won 3 in a row. I mean, YD, what they're doing right now is ridiculous. It's out of a video game, what they are doing on Cape Cod. And, of course, the All-Star game coming up. Everyone announced 6 Commodores are a part of the All-Star group. So, exciting times on Cape Cod as we're getting into the mid-summer part of July.
How about Scott Pickler's YD Red Sox? Year in and year out, winningest manager in Cape Cod baseball. Has been here since 1998, turning in another phenomenal season on the east end of Cape Cod.
And when I spoke to him when Falmouth played against YD, I asked him, I said, how have you guys been able to have such a good start? And at first he joked, he said, you know, it's a little bit of luck. And then he said, you know, this is the best team chemistry I've seen in over 30 years of coaching.
As Braden Jeffries sprays it down the left field line. That's a base hit rolling into the left field corner. Costello will play it, and Jeffries leads off the bottom of the 4th with a double. So a great piece of hitting from the Michigan Wolverines, 76 hits this year with Michigan, and he's just translated it over beautifully here to Falmouth.
That's his first double of the season as well. Mostly getting the singles, and it's good to see some extra power from Jeffries.
It's Carter White to dig in. Righty on lefty, nobody out. Runner in scoring position for the Commodores. 3 consecutive innings with a hit. Carter takes the breaking ball away. White a double himself in his first trip to the plate in the bottom of the 2nd for the Commodores sink. He was unfortunately stranded as Falmouth couldn't plate the game's opening run. Peek at second base for Musso. Comes set and fires. 1-0. Hammered into shallow left field. It's going to drop for a base hit. Going to third is Jeffries. The slide. He's safe, and that rolls away. And now Jeffries is going to come to the plate and score. And now the throw gets away into center field now, going over to third.
What is going on?
Is Carter White. And I'm sorry, folks. I usually know how to call a baseball play. I don't know how to do that. Throws everywhere. It's the circus.
This is
Ringling Brothers.
Some Little League happening at Gov Fuller Field. I mean, what on earth
2 errors
was going on?
Oh, my goodness. Now my
Bourne.
What?
It was,
oh
yeah,
my goodness.
that's not something you see every day, and the Bourne dugout is probably pretty upset right now after watching that.
Okay, so 2 errors. We'll have to get that down in the scorebook. Just did. We'll get the official ruling on it, meant to say. So a run home. It's 1-0 Falmouth. Runner on third. Nobody out. Bottom of the 4th. As a letter high fastball called strike to the righty hitting A.J. Putty.
And to think that was just a single. Also, the crazy thing, Jeffries almost got tagged out at third base on that throw.
So it'll be a 0-1 with nobody out. Fastball low and away. And the count levels at a ball and a strike.
They're still waiting to score that play.
I'm glad to know I'm not the only one.
I mean,
that's
I was confused.
having a little bit of confusion.
I don't know if I could have done it.
How I would particularly score that. 1-1. Fouled off the mask of E-step. 88-mile-an-hour fastball center cut, and it's 1-2. Nonetheless, the Commodores run on a hit with 2 errors. Do we have the verdict?
We do. So Carter White single, which we knew that. But then Carter White advances to third on a throwing error by the left fielder, Andrew Costello. And then he advances to third on a throwing error by catcher Bryce Eastep. So I guess it wasn't that crazy, but 2 throwing errors. I think it was just the fact that so many people were going so many different places at once that made it so confusing.
It was the throwing error to third, yes, that allowed Jeffries to score. As the 1-2 is hit into center field. Should be another run for the Commodores. Settling under it is Bolton as he makes the catch. Tagging up and coming to the plate is Carter White. He will score standing up without a throw. A sac fly for A.J. Putty. It's 2-0 Falmouth. So 2 runs, and it only took 1 hit.
And a great job by Putty. That's what you get in this middle of the lineup with White and Putty. You're going to get more power. You're going to have that ability to just have a fly ball, sac fly, even if they don't put the best bat on it. It's routine for them to do that stuff.
Righty on lefty matchup, bases empty, 1 out. We're in the bottom of the 4th. 2-0 lead for the Commodores. Here's Ben Slanker, who takes the fastball high and away at 89, 1-0. No runs on a hit and 2 errors for the Braves. 2 runs on 4 hits and no errors for the Commodores. Slanker, a high pop-up. Shallow left field. Ranging over is Costello, and he makes the catch. So 2 outs here in the bottom of the 4th. And Austin Maley comes to the plate.
Going back to those new guys really making a difference, Jeffries, White, Putty all made up that run. All guys that got here in the last week and a half.
June 30th or later, as Maley, righty and righty, takes the changeup low and away. Yeah, White and Putty just floating in beautifully. A run scored for White, an RBI for Putty. 2 for 4 combined today in reaching base. Low and away, second consecutive pitch out of the zone. 2-0 on Austin Maley. Next offering, fastball high and inside, but it clips the inner third up top. 2-1. Two-one count, 2 outs in the bottom of the 4th. Base is empty. 2-run inning for Falmouth as the Commodores lead 2-0. 2-1. Maley sprays it into left field past the outstretched reach of Schaff on the backhand side for a base hit. Second hit of the inning for Falmouth and a 2-out base runner as Austin Maley's aboard for the 2nd time today.
Yeah, this is a great piece of hitting. I mean, it's impressive that he pulled that ball when it was on the low part and outside. He really reached down to grab a hold of that ball, send it for a ride.
So it's Ty Konis, righty and righty, a run around and 2 out. Ty struck out his first trip to the plate. Snap throw over to first. Konis, a high pop-up, middle of the diamond. Who's going to take it? Schaff or Rigdon? It's Blake Schaff. The call and the catch to conclude a productive bottom of the 4th for the Commodores. 2 runs, 2 hits, 2 errors, and a runner left on base. Let's go to the 5th. 2-0 Commodores on Cape League TV.
Hi, I'm Jim Murray, owner of Falmouth's historic clam shack, now Jim's Clam Shack. Located on scenic Falmouth Harbor, Jim's Clam Shack is a destination for the best seafood and sunsets on the Cape. We're open 7 days a week, so stop by for lunch or join us for dinner on the rooftop deck. Bring the entire family to try our wide selection of seafood and kid-friendly option. We deliver the freshest products to your plates daily. Jim's Clam Shack, proud supporter of the Falmouth Commodores.
Are you looking for that perfect pregame meal? Supreme Pizza has you covered. Its extensive menu has everything from pies and calzones to salads and subs. And with its online ordering system, delicious food is just one click away.
It's an honor to support the Cape Cod Baseball League.
Supreme Pizza is open every day of the week. Order online or stop by their store located at 147 T-Ticket Highway and try a slice today.
Welcome back to Arnie Allen Diamond at Gov Fuller Field. A 2-0 lead for the Commodores in the top of the 5th. Farrell Hudson and Timmy Weiss, third member of our crew, Andrew Hilsman. The great production work, as always, of Landon Stills, Skylar Ellis, our broadcast director, Emily Gerard. Gorgeous Saturday night, and the Commodores doing it right so far, Tim, with a 2-0 lead.
And they just finally figured out a way to get that runner on second in to score, and they did more than that. I mean, it was a crazy play after Braden Jeffries doubled to lead off the inning. A crazy sequence where Carter White had a single, 2 throwing errors got him over to third, and Jeffries scored, and then they sack fly by A.J. Putty. That middle part of the lineup, that is all new guys of the last week and a half, 2 weeks for the Commodores, is making their impact known right now.
Whole different cast of characters, and it's amazing to think those aren't even the All-Stars named so far for the Commodores. I agree, because they just got here, but still,
right.
They probably would be.
I think they would be. I mean, if they were here all summer, these guys got a lot of potential and are going to be the main guys for Falmouth the rest of the season. This is your middle of the lineup you're looking at when it's playoff time. You know, if the Commodores can stay at this pace and end up in the playoffs, which, you know, certainly it looks good right now, but that is your middle of the lineup that you're going to be having in these big games down the stretch.
Well, if we're doing exact calculations right now and discussing Cape Cod League, we'll get the standings here pulled up in a moment. New pitcher on in the ballgame, most importantly. It's Braden Bergman for the Commodores, Tim.
And Bergman with the doors has done a great job this season. He looks solid in his appearances.
So Colby Putnam goes 4 innings. 1 hit, no runs, no earned. He walks 1 and strikes out 2. And it's the Baylor battery behind the plate and on the mound here at the top of the 5th inning for Falmouth. I have to ask Braden Bergman how he got up here to Falmouth. We know J.J. Kennett and Pearson Reebok had the trip of their lives, the 28-hour two-city stop en route to Falmouth. 0-1 from the righty Bergman as he spins in a sweetheart at the top of the zone at 73, 0-2.
You know, it would have been cool if they all went together, but I understand that's a lot of road tripping to do. Not everyone is cut out for a 28-hour road trip, so I don't blame Bergman for not being a part of it.
0-2 fastball misses high.
And Kenneth and Reebok are roommates at school, so, you know, they probably had this planned out for a while.
Yeah. 6, 7, and 8 in the order. Vasquez, Rigdon, and Bolton. Righty-on-righty matchup. Bergman to Paul Vasquez, who scoots a topspin dribbler off the end of his bat to the left side of Braden Bergman, who comes off the mound 20 feet to snare it, and an underhand flip in time to nab the hustling Vasquez for out number 1. So 1 out, base is empty, top of the 5th, 2-0 lead for Falmouth over Bourne. Falmouth 0-1-1 against the Braves this season, and it's the lefty hitting second baseman Rustin Rigdon to come to the plate, who bounced to Ty Konis, who made a gorgeous play to end the top of the 2nd, his last time up. Rigdon fouls the fastball letter high at 90, third base side foul, 0-1.
I mean, how about Colby Putnam, though? What an outing.
Can't get the win.
The right-hander, right. You can't get the win.
Outing.
And honestly, I'm a little surprised that they didn't send him back out for the 5th, but you never know with innings limits and stuff like that. It could be something along those lines, but he was fantastic.
Rigdon squares the bunt, draws it back, takes the fastball high. Bergman up to 92 miles an hour. For the product out of Gardner-Webb University, 53 pitches, 33 strikes, 20 balls across 4 innings. 1 hit allowed, no runs, 1 walk and 2 strikeouts. Righty on lefty, 1 out, base is empty. 1-1 to Rustin Rigdon. Fastball beautifully spotted at the knees, outer third for a called strike 2.
And because the game against Wareham was moved, that's if you remove that, that means 2 straight games where the Commodore starters have really been excellent.
1-2, swing and a miss as Rigdon funneled through it. A slider that whiffled on over the outside corner. No answer from the Braves second baseman. 2 gone. So it's Matt Bolton, second consecutive lefty to come to the plate. 2 outs and the bases empty, top of the 5th. Bergman attempting to complete a scoreless inning of work. Fires fastball away. It's very interesting just seeing J.J. Kennett there, who's almost mocking the pitcher motion to say, hey, come to me more towards the plate. He was talking about Bergman's shoulders getting a little east-west. A little interesting in-game adjustment. 1-0 popped up. Braden Jeffries may have a play at third base. Gives it a look near the Bourne dugout. J.J. Kennett does as well, but it goes out of play, and it's 1-1.
And you know, with innings limits and stuff like that, who knows how many more times Bergman gets to pitch to J.J. Kennett, because he is transferring from Baylor.
1-1, swing and a miss. That slider's been working to perfection. Buries it knee-high outside corner, 1-2. It's amazing seeing the pitch velocity. Not only the velocity, but the movement down here, whether it's horizontal or vertical. The amount of RPMs these pitchers release it at. 1-2, fastball high. So it'll be a 2-2 with 2 out from Bergman as he spins the breaking ball outside. And from 1-2 to a full count. That's what Matt Bolton will do. He'll work it. A .340 batting average, .995 OPS at Binghamton this year. 20 extra base hits, 6 homers, and 44 RBIs. One of the most complete hitters Commodores will see throughout the West Division and all the Cape Cod League. Payoff pitch is popped up off the end of the bat. Shallow right field. It's a long race over for Ty Konis near the line. Makes the catch to complete a scoreless frame for Braden Bergman, as we got 6 up, 6 down in the last 2 innings by Commodore pitching. No runs, no hits, no errors, and none left on base. 4.5 through, halfway home. 2-0 Commodores. Timmy Weiss will have you on play-by-play on the other side of the break on Cape League TV.
You'll always be safe at home with the Diana Lucevero Group at Compass Real Estate.
Hi, I'm Michael Kasparian, President of the Falmouth Chamber of Commerce. The Chamber is here for the benefit of the whole community. Whether you're a local business or a visitor, Falmouth has endless offerings, from its beautiful beaches and historical sites to its local shopping and eateries. The Chamber bridges the 8 villages, providing visitors with all the tools to make their trip one to remember. Our visitor center is located in downtown Falmouth, just off of Main Street. Come by and meet our team. The Falmouth Chamber of Commerce, your community connection.
Hi, my name is Matt Burgess, General Manager here at Falmouth Country Club. We have a unique 27-hole public golf course with a beautiful layout that is family-oriented. Kids play free here at Falmouth Country Club. Getting on the course is quick and easy with our app. You can book tee times, get yardages with GPS, use our interactive scorecard, track your stats, and receive exclusive in-app offers. Falmouth Country Club is a true Cape Cod classic and a local family favorite.
See you on the course.
We roll along at Gov Fuller Field. Falmouth up 2-0 over the Bourne Braves in the bottom of the 5th. As we take a look at the Cape Cod Baseball League standings, and wow, I mean, what YD is doing in the East Division is incredibly impressive at 19-2-1. But then in the West, it is a free-for-all pretty much. Bourne has a 3-point lead over Hyannis, a 4-point lead over Falmouth. But the thing to remember is Falmouth and Wareham still have a game in hand, and that could mean that Falmouth, with a win today and a win in the game in hand, then is tied with Bourne in points.
Yeah, very important, especially considering you beat Wareham on Monday night. all the chips fall correctly, you could be tied with the Bourne Braves for first place in the West Division with 16 games to go after Monday night. That's a lot of time to be made up. And you also want to talk about potentially burying a team. Right now, Wareham sits 4 games outside that last spot in the West Division. So right now, if we're doing some quick numbers, I believe the magic number for the Commodores to clinch a playoff spot would be 28, 14 games to go.
Maybe getting a little bit ahead of ourselves.
Hey, but that's within a month at the Major League Baseball level when they say, hey, you know.
Right, I mean, they're
28
getting
to 30. I got to play with my numbers. Got to have some fun with it.
We know Farrell is very good with his numbers. It's incredibly impressive. So to start off the bottom of the 5th, it is a new pitcher on the mound, right-hander Jackson Kircher for the Bourne Braves. First pitch to J.J. Kennett is right at the shortstop shaft, on the run, and gets him at first. And there's one down.
And that's one of the toughest plays for a shortstop to make right there. Blake Schaff goes to the backhand side, scoops it around banana peel style with the forehand, and throws to first with a strong throw off balance.
So Kircher, 1 pitch, 1 out. And it brings up the one hitter for the Commodores, Fabio Peralta. First pitch is foul down the left field line, just curves foul of the line. Peralta today has grounded out back in the first to the pitcher and flied out to the center fielder in the 3rd. That was a ball that he struck well, though. It was on a line. The 0-1 is outside, and it's 1-1 to Peralta. Rising junior at Miami. And this season has done a great job with the Doors. Most recently named to the All-Star team on the Cape Cod. 1-1 is in there for strike 2.
Always put together a competitive at-bat, Tim. You can near guarantee it, especially facing a guy right now who's coming off a season in college at the University of Arkansas, 10 2/3 innings. Had a little bit higher of a whip, runs allowed per inning than he would have liked.
Just fouled away by Peralta, stays alive. Fabio leads the Doors in hits with 17 this season. Also a very quick base runner. You see him in center field all the time do it, but 10 stolen bases, that is also the most on the Commodores. Another slicer down the left field line into the trees.
Little mascot madness tonight. Not too many mascots, but we saw a dog mascot. It's Bark in the Park night.
Yeah. You know, I was actually telling my host family that they needed to bring their dog to the game today. Shout out Hadley. 1-2 count to Peralta. 2-0 Doors. The pitch is outside. 2-2 count.
Gotta ask our videographer, Lily Matthews, if her dog Cora could make it out to the ballpark. Very baseball-themed name in honor of the former Sox manager.
Always happy to have a dog in the ballpark. Great at-bat being put up by Peralta right now.
Indicative of exactly what we were discussing before, whether it's a fastball. He lays off so many two-strike bait pitches, I call them, out of the zone. He's just one of the most comfortable hitters at the plate for the Commodores all season long.
Seventh pitch of the at-bat coming up. Kircher deals, and it's cut on and missed. A nasty breaking ball.
75. Really slowed it down there, especially coming from a high three-quarter arm slot like Jackson Kircher's with as tall as he is. It can be really tough to pick up, especially when it just drops vertically at the last second, 59 feet of the way there.
That one dropped a whole lot. Impressive to watch from Kircher. So it brings up the two-hitter, Ryder Woodson, with 2 down. First pitch in there for strike 1.
95.
Commodores have seen a couple arms recently. I mean, yesterday against Wareham, Jordan Stevens was up to 97. Pretty consistently, too.
He was humming it, yeah.
Tall guy in Stevens. The 0-1. It's high. Nearly caught Woodson on the inside.
I was just going to say beforehand, if you get one of those pitches up and in tight, not too comfortable.
That's for sure.
94 by the chin, looks like 100.
Just whizzed past Woodson. He's already been hit by a pitch today back in the first. 1-1 in the dirt. The one thing the Commodores have done so much better of today is limiting the strikeouts. Just 3 so far today.
I was going to say, it feels like every inning they're putting the ball in play. So important. Facing a Bourne pitching staff that's looked good so far this season.
2-1 is grounded at the shortstop shaft. He has a lot of time. Over to first in time. And that will do it for the bottom of the 5th. Falmouth up 2-0 over Bourne.
Hi,
Netting
I'm Jim
Pros,
Murray,
Stadion.
owner of Falmouth's historic Clam Shack, now Jim's Clam Shack. Located on scenic Falmouth Harbor, Jim's Clam Shack is a destination for the best seafood and sunsets on the Cape. We're open 7 days a week, so stop by for lunch or join us for dinner on the rooftop deck. Bring the entire family to try our wide selection of seafood and kid-friendly option. We deliver the freshest products to your plates daily. Jim's Clam Shack, a proud supporter of the Falmouth Commodores.
Are you looking for that perfect pregame meal? Supreme Pizza has you covered. Its extensive menu has everything from pies and calzones to salads and subs. And with its online ordering system, delicious food is just one click away.
It's an honor to support the Cape Cod Baseball League.
Supreme Pizza is open every day of the week. Order online or stop by their store located at 147 T-Ticket Highway and try a slice today.
Netting Pros. Stadionic is the official netting and facility solutions partner of the Cape Cod Baseball League. When it comes to netting and building iconic sports facilities, it's Netting Pros. Stadionic, making sports facilities iconic. We are back in Falmouth, and the Commodores are up 2-0 over the Bourne Braves as we enter the top of the 6th inning. Braden Bergman still on the mound. He looked very good in his first appearance in the top of the 5th.
As efficient as one could look, he gets a ground ball right back to him, a strikeout and a pop-up to Ty Konis, and he did it predominantly with one pitch. He was just humming in the fastball, getting ahead in counts, making the 6, 7, and 8 in that Bourne order second guess. For the Commodores, keep the pressure going right now. You're up 2-0, but if there's any team that knows how to orchestrate a comeback, especially at their convenience against a division rival, it would be the Bourne Braves with the slew of pedigree Scott Landers has put together the past couple seasons.
We've already seen a late-game comeback against the Commodores by the Bourne Braves. That was early in the season at Doran Park. Doors were up 3-2 in the 9th inning, and the Braves came back.
2-0 is nothing.
That's true.
It really
a 2-run lead is never safe.
Yeah, no.
1-run lead, of course, but a 2-run lead, maybe even more dangerous because once you get one, then the team gets a whole lot of belief.
That's what they always say in hockey.
They say that in soccer, too.
Soccer,
you know,
yeah.
2-run leads, 2-goal leads, maybe the most dangerous in the sport.
You can get complacent, yeah.
World Cup going on right now, of course. Some good games happening in the quarterfinals.
You got Norway and England today.
Yeah, I wonder if that one is finished up. I know it was
tied in the
late
82nd minute at 1 last time we saw.
To start off this inning, Braden Bergman is pitching to Bryce Eastep, the 9-hitter. So, an update on that World Cup game. England up 2-1 in extra time over Norway. What a matchup that is. To go to the semifinals. It's 0-1 to Eastep, and it's chopped at the first baseman and collected by Putty. Throws over to Bergman just in time. Nice jog over to first base for Bergman to get the first out.
Yeah, and a bit of a awkward hop there on A.J. Putty at first base. Looked like it was going to bounce right into the backhand side of his glove, and then just hits a lip and just dies. So a nice adjustment there. A good job by Braden Bergman covering the bag.
Putty had to range quite a bit over to make that play. He made it look pretty casual. So brings up the top of the order, Blake Schaff, with one down in the top of the 6th. First pitch grounded up the middle. It could get through the gap. No, it's fielded, and on the run throw, it's not in time. A great try by Ty Konis. And we've seen him at shortstop make incredible plays. That one at second, nearly.
Usual suspects there. Blake Schaff with another single against the Commodores. Ty Konis with another stellar defensive play, and he made that a lot closer than it would have been. And think about it, with a lot of other hitters in the lineup that don't have the same blazing speed that a Blake Schaff or a Rustin Rigdon has, they don't as easily get down the line there. They're probably out.
Cooper Williams up at the plate. A throwback to check on Schaff. He already has a stolen base today. That was back in the 3rd. His second time reaching today with that single. Another throwback. Bergman staying ready on the quick base runner on first, Schaff. Another throwback. That is the one thing about the Cape. You are allowed as many throwbacks as you want.
Old school baseball. Don't have ABS here yet. They do have the pitch clock.
A bunt is laid down by Williams. It's a tough play, and he got him in time. The throw is on the money by Bergman.
Outs over base runners, especially with a 2-run lead. Still the 6th inning. Opportunities to tack on insurance, and that was a good job by Braden Bergman. He was able to communicate there with J.J. Kennett, his catcher, make sure that he was going to be the one to receive and make the throw, sets his feet, and calmly fires a strike to first. All around well done.
Brings up Andrew Costello, the best hitter on the Bourne Braves this season. Best average on Cape Cod, and he's in a big spot right here with 2 down. J.J. Kennett just went out to talk with his pitcher, Braden Bergman. Those two know each other very well from their time playing together at Baylor this past spring.
It's probably about how you're going to deal with this guy, Andrew Costello, the most dangerous hitter on Cape Cod. One swing could tie it up. 2 homers, 5 RBIs.
First pitch, big swing by Costello, and it's missed. Costello has more hits than games played. 21 games played and 24 hits. Nice stop by Kennett behind home plate. Bergman's biggest test so far today, with 2 down and a runner on second. In there for strike 2. Nice movement on that pitch. Two down. Commodores up 2-0 over the Bourne Braves. Bergman looks off the runner and throws. In the dirt, it gets behind Kennett. He loses it, so he can't throw it down to third.
That's
tough break.
Yeah, that's where maybe you'd like to see Braden Bergman yell feet, like right in front or right behind.
Yeah,
like,
I would have liked to see a little bit more communication there.
A little bit more communication. The 90 feet makes a difference. Now a base hit guarantees.
Maybe we should have said something. We're right here.
That's true. They yelled it out.
2-2 count to Costello. Schaff on third. The pitch. High. So it is a full count on Costello, and perhaps the biggest pitch of the game coming up.
And it might have been because of the way that pitch was framed or received. Kennett was set up low and inside, and it was high and outside.
The payoff pitch in there for strike 3. He got him looking A huge strikeout for Braden Bergman. Falmouth goes to the bottom of the 6th, up 2-0 over the Braves on Cape League TV.
You'll always be safe at home with the Diana Lucevero Group at Compass Real Estate.
Hi, I'm Michael Kasparian, President of the Falmouth Chamber of Commerce. The Chamber is here for the benefit of the whole community. Whether you're a local business or a visitor, Falmouth has endless offerings, from its beautiful beaches and historical sites to its local shopping and eateries. The Chamber bridges the 8 villages, providing visitors with all the tools to make their trip one to remember. Our visitor center is located in downtown Falmouth, just off of Main Street. Come by and meet our team. The Falmouth Chamber of Commerce, your community connection.
Hi, my name is Matt Burgess, General Manager here at Falmouth Country Club. We have a unique 27-hole public golf course with a beautiful layout that is family-oriented. Kids play free here at Falmouth Country Club. Getting on the course is quick and easy with our app. You can book tee times, get yardages with GPS, use our interactive scorecard, track your stats, and receive exclusive in-app offers. Falmouth Country Club is a true Cape Cod classic and a local family favorite.
See you on the course.
I talked to Colby Putnam after his excellent day. 4 innings of one-hit baseball on the mound for the Commodores. He said his changeup was working especially well today. He was just hitting his spots. He's liking it out here. He's not a starter by trade at school. Just made 1 start this spring at Gardner-Webb University, but he was really comfortable, and he shoved. And Braden Bergman is continuing the trend for the Falmouth Commodores. It's a good day for Falmouth. They lead 2-0. Guys, back to you.
Well, thanks so much, Andrew, as the Falmouth Commodores lead 2-0 over the Bourne Braves in the bottom of the 6th. A chance to tack on some more runs in a very low-scoring affair in Falmouth. The pitching's been excellent.
Oh, yeah, but you're going to need it. The 3-4-5 up in the Commodores order right now, and, yeah, pitching being phenomenal. Certainly something that's gone well for the Commodores outside of the top of the 1st inning yesterday. 1 run against Hyannis on Thursday night. That only came on a pass ball in the top of the 9th inning.
So Braden Jeffries leads it off, and this is the exact way that the bottom of the 4th inning started, where he led it off with a double. He's 1 for 2 today. Big cut and a miss, and he's down 0-1. But it was the Jeffries double that started the run in the 4th. Then Carter White singled and got over to 3rd on 2 throwing errors. A.J. Putty had a sac fly, and that was how the Commodores scored 2 runs, that middle of the order.
Commodores with 2 doubles today. They're currently up to 25, which is tied for 6th in the Cape. Entered today with the least amount of doubles on Cape Cod with 23.
The last 6 days, the only doubles until Jeffries for the Commodores was at the hands of Carter White. 0-2 is grounded at the shortstop shaft. On the run, sidearm. And he got him. Wow. What a throw on the run by Schaff.
We're just going to call it the middle infield clinic at this point. We want to see Blake Schaff and Ty Konis play the All-Star game together. That might be a clinic.
It really would.
Forget the home run derby. We just need to see like the skills competition, like the
yeah,
NBA
right.
All-Star game.
Can we do that on the Cape? I would watch. So we take a look at the replay of that play.
Silky smooth as Blake Schaff.
Really was fantastic. So Carter White stands in now. 1 out. Pitch is in there for strike 1. 1 down in the bottom of the 6th. White with an RBI single in the 4th. I mean, Jeffries was only going to get to 3rd before the throwing error. It's grounded hard at the second baseman, Rigdon, but an easy play to 1st. And there's 2 down. all those soccer fans that are curious, England has taken down Norway, so the dream is staying alive for England.
I would have maybe loved to see Norway win. How special.
That would have
their
been really
fan
cool.
base
Total underdogs. England hasn't won in a very, very long time, though. Have to go back to the 1960s. 2 down, and the pitch to Putty is in there for strike 1.
Been losing a lot since 1776.
I guess you could say that.
It's been downhill since.
It's been a cool week here on the Cape. It's actually the 5th semifinal ever for England. So
Who am I to
getting into pretty
disrespect?
uncharted territory.
Thanks for the Beatles, The Who, Rolling Stones, Oasis, and everybody else from the other side of the pond.
Yo, there was a cool celebration in Boston today. There was a lot of boats all around the world that came to Boston for a big celebration of the 250th anniversary of our country. I heard Boston was very packed.
They still spill tea in the harbor to
I don't
celebrate?
know if they did that. That would be pretty cool, though.
Got some pretty cool lookout points up there, too. Driving around Boston, the entire harbor, city skyline.
Seaport is beautiful.
Quincy, beautiful area.
0-2 is high to Putty. Putty, one of 2 players with an RBI, the other one white. But his sac fly in that 4th was what scored White. The 1-2 is flied out into center field. Bolton races over and stands to make the play. So Falmouth goes down 1-2-3 in the bottom of the 6th. It's still 2-0 though. Doors over Braves on Cape League TV. We welcome you back. It's the 7th inning here in Falmouth. Falmouth up 2-0 over the Bourne Braves. As now we take a look at the scores around the Cape, which is presented by the Massachusetts Office of Travel and Tourism. Farrell.
The Katuitt Kettleers were defeated by the Brewster Whitecaps 7-4 today at Lowell Park up the road in Katuitt. The Commodores will see the Brewster Whitecaps tomorrow at Stony Brook Field on the other side of Cape Cod. YD up 3-1 at Eldridge Park over the Orleans Firebirds in the bottom of the 5th inning. Orleans at 6-16 on the season. Hyannis is trailing Wareham on the other side of the Bourne Bridge at Clem's Plain Field. 6-3 the Gateman lead in the middle of the 6th. And we got a no-hitter alert at White House Field in Harwich. A 1-0 lead for the Chatham Anglers, as it's been a combined no-hit effort so far today on the side for Chatham.
Chatham is actually winning the game, and they're being no-hit.
And they are, yeah.
They're up 1-0, and they have 0 hits.
Oh, my goodness.
Unbelievable.
Wow.
How about that? Well,
so a no-hitter alert for Harwich.
For Harwich,
we got to get numbers on that. Has a team ever had a no-hitter on Cape Cod where they have lost the game?
It's happened in the majors before, but I don't know if it's happened on Cape Cod because it is so rare. First pitch from Bergman into Josiah Overbeek is low. 1-0. I mean, the funny thing about that is Falmouth, who was no hit against Bourne on Sunday, was up 1-0 for a period of that game after the first. Now, they gave up the lead and lost 4-1 because it is incredibly hard to score runs when you do not get hits. But it is possible. Strike two.
There's only a
Josiah
1-0
Overbeek.
lead after the bottom of the first, but yeah, I mean, very hard.
Overbeek 0 for 2 of a line out and a fly out. Cuts and misses. Bergman gets his second straight strikeout, and he's on a roll in the top of the 7th, 1 down.
Outside of that infield single, the Commodores have retired 10 of the last 11 Bourne Braves hitters to come to the plate.
Bergman so far 2 1/3, 1 hit, and 3 strikeouts. Brings up Berkeley Mabius, who cuts and misses at the first pitch.
That was nasty.
The 0-1. And it's 0-2, just like that. He looks really confident right now. With Baylor, he was 7th on the team in strikeouts with 10. Or rather, with 26, excuse me. That was his stats with Falmouth, 10 strikeouts coming into today. It's outside, and it's 1-2. A guy originally from Texas, Parker, Texas. Just outside to Mabius. Bergman spent last summer with the Trenton Thunder in the MLB Draft League. Started 3 games with a 10.5 ERA. But he's been a stud for Falmouth this summer. It's hit hard and on the run. Putty reaches down and scoops it up.
That was no man's land because it was good speed out of the box from Berkeley Mabius. So Putty knew he had to come off the bag and hustles over 30 feet for the easy out.
Falmouth 7 outs within a victory. 1 more down, 1 more out to go in the 7th.
Not thinking that far ahead.
Bergman focused on the batter at hand, Paul Vasquez. Cuts and misses. Maybe just tipped off the bat.
Trenton Thunder now in the MLB Draft League. Former AA affiliate of the Yankees.
MLB Draft today,
Yeah.
of course.
And Hunter Dietz, a teammate of Jackson Kircher's, on the mound for the Bourne Braves, the University of Arkansas, selected by those very same Yankees today. Zion Rose, former Commodore. Maybe some more on the way.
Certainly expect that. The Cape Cod Baseball League makes up about 27% of major leaguers. Cut and miss. Bergman is dealing right now. Another strikeout. That ends the top of the 7th. Falmouth is up 2-0 over Bourne as we head to the bottom of the 7th on Cape League TV.
Hi, I'm Jim Murray, owner of Falmouth's historic clam shack, now Jim's Clam Shack. Located on scenic Falmouth Harbor, Jim's Clam Shack is a destination for the best seafood and sunsets on the Cape. We're open 7 days a week, so stop by for lunch or join us for dinner on the rooftop deck. Bring the entire family to try our wide selection of seafood and kid-friendly option. We deliver the freshest products to your plates daily. Jim's Clam Shack, proud supporter of the Falmouth Commodores.
Are you looking for that perfect pregame meal? Supreme Pizza has you covered. Its extensive menu has everything from pies and calzones to salads and subs. And with its online ordering system, delicious food is just 1 click away.
It's an honor to support the Cape Cod Baseball League.
Supreme Pizza is open every day of the week. Order online or stop by their store located at 147 T-Ticket Highway and try a slice today.
We are back at Gov Fuller Field, and it's time to take a look at our 7th inning recap. It was really that 4th inning that got it going for the Doors, and that's all the runs we've seen today.
A little bit of madness, an E7 on the part of Costello, an E2 from Bryce Eastep, but you mentioned the middle of that order, and it's all the newcomers. Braden Jeffries doing it right, leading off the inning with a double. He came in to score. Carter White eventually coming in to score a single, which had that crazy play, and then A.J. Putty, bat on ball, put it in play to deep center, you get home another run. It's the run manufacturing you mentioned today so far for Commodores hitters. Only so far 3 strikeouts across 6 innings of work. That's their best showing so far this season.
It's the new guys that are becoming the main guys for the Commodores. Something you're going to see the rest of the season, that middle of the lineup. It is truly fantastic. But for this inning, it is Ben Slinker, Austin Maley, and Ty Konis due up. Slinker leading it off. He is 0 for 2, a double play back in the 2nd and a fly out to left field in the 4th. And still facing Jackson Kircher on the mound, right-handed pitcher who has done a solid job so far with the Braves today. He's gone 2 innings, allowing no hits. 1 strikeout. The Doors trying to gain a little bit of extra breathing room.
There's a guy who could supply it.
First pitch. In there for strike 1 on Slinker. Slinker 2 bombs this season. He's one of 3 Commodore players to do that this season. Nugent is now not on the team. Had to leave as expecting to get drafted later today or tomorrow. It's a 1-1 count to Slinker.
Jimmy Nugent, also one of the more fun guys we've been around.
Oh, absolutely.
This year.
He is a character. A lot of these Commodore players have fun personalities. 1-1 is chopped hard. It's not an easy play for Kircher. He gets it over, and he was off the bag.
No, he held the bag.
Just held it. Apologies. You know, I thought the umpire said he was off the bag, but he said he was just on the bag.
He held the bag.
He held the bag.
Gotta love Sam Finn.
Right. That was great vocals over there by Sam Finn on first base, and it gets Ben Slinker out. So there's 1 down. I mean, it was chopped so hard into the dirt that it nearly gave Slinker enough time.
Yeah. And how about full extension there from Overbeek?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that was not easy. He's a tall guy. First pitch to Austin Maley is a strike.
Nice pitch to bail out your teammate. As you can see Austin Maley just say no on that inside pitch for a strike. We'll check Mr. Trax and see if he has a gripe.
The 0-1 to Maley. Cut on and missed.
He said no. It was, in all fairness,
it looked
the home plate umpire,
certainly
Robert McHugh,
in
he
there.
caught plenty of the strike zone.
I saw a bit. 8 straight Commodore batters have been retired. Kircher trying to keep that stretch going. The 0-2 in the dirt to Maley. Maley, who played last summer with the Clinton Lumber Kings, who head coach Jack Dahm coached for multiple summers before coming here to Falmouth to take over. Kircher deals inside on Maley. The former coach of the Falmouth Commodores, Jared Saltalamacchia, is actually in town this weekend. He was here yesterday, and he's also here today.
Yep.
So I know Coach Dahm was chatting with him before the game. It's a 2-2 count to Maley, or 3-2 now after that ball. Coach Dahm said he spoke to Jared Saltalamacchia a lot before the season. Those two were close. Full count in there for strike 3. So the Commodores go down for the second out of the inning.
I'm
Kircher
sure
is dialed in.
Yes, no doubt about it. And yeah, it was really cool having some time to have conversation with Jaron Saltalamakia yesterday. Scott Landers has seen enough of Kircher.
That's certainly good news for the Commodores hitters, as he had retired 9 straight batters. So, seems like that will be the day for Jackson Kircher. 2 down in the bottom of the 7th. We'll be right back on Cape League TV. In the middle of the bottom of the 7th, and the Commodores are up 2-0, and there's 2 down, and the day is done for Jackson Kircher. And in comes a new pitcher. Gavin Miller steps in, and it's Ty Konis at the plate to face him, the left-handed pitcher in Gavin Miller. J.J. Kennett on deck if he gets up. But just 1 out to go as the Bourne pitching staff has retired 9 straight. That one is blooped into right field, and it's ran onto by Williams. Nice speed to get the 3rd out, and a very short first appearance for Gavin Miller as the Commodores are still up 2-0. We head to the 8th on Cape League TV.
You'll always be safe at home with the Diana Lucevero Group at Compass Real Estate.
Hi, I'm Michael Kasparian, President of the Falmouth Chamber of Commerce. The Chamber is here for the benefit of the whole community. Whether you're a local business or a visitor, Falmouth has endless offerings, from its beautiful beaches and historical sites to its local shopping and eateries. The Chamber bridges the 8 villages, providing visitors with all the tools to make their trip one to remember. Our visitor center is located in downtown Falmouth, just off of Main Street. Come by and meet our team. The Falmouth Chamber of Commerce, your community connection.
Hi, my name is Matt Burgess, General Manager here at Falmouth Country Club. We have a unique 27-hole public golf course with a beautiful layout that is family-oriented. Kids play free here at Falmouth Country Club. Getting on the course is quick and easy with our app. You can book tee times, get yardages with GPS, use our interactive scorecard, track your stats, and receive exclusive in-app offers. Falmouth Country Club is a true Cape Cod classic and a local family favorite.
See you on the course.
We're getting to the closing stages at Gov Fuller Field. Timmy Weiss and Farrell Hudson with you as the Falmouth Commodores are in a 2-0 ball game over the Bourne Braves. And Logan P. Core has a chance to get some revenge on these Bourne Braves. I know he's probably been thinking about this moment when he could get in again against this team, because he had quite the performance and outing against the Braves. His first appearance at Doran Park. Now he has a chance to do it at Gov Fuller Field against them.
In that ball game, P-Core went 2 2/3 innings of work, 3 hits, 1 run, 1 earned, no walks, and a strikeout. Had a integral pickoff in the bottom of the 8th inning that could have prevented the game from becoming a lot worse, induced a ground ball off the bat of John Stutzer that Ty Konis turned into a 6-3 unassisted double play. So P-Core wasn't the winning pitcher, wasn't the losing pitcher. You could say he's the tying pitcher.
Right.
And how about Braden Bergman?
Yeah, Braden Bergman was fantastic today.
4 strikeouts, 3 innings, 1 hit. No runs, bunch of goose eggs for the Braves.
Really, Bergman and Colby Putnam as well. The two of them have been fantastic. Bourne has just 2 hits today.
Oh, so Pearson Reebok takes over for Ben Slanker in right field.
Little bit more speed now in right field.
That must be it in a 2-run game. Because I didn't see anything from Ben where he was walking off gingerly or anything like that.
I think it's just a defensive replacement. So the first task for Logan P. Core is Rustin Rigdon. He's 0 for 2. A ground out and a strikeout in the 5th. Amazing, at this point of the game, just 2 plate appearances. It's socked into center field, and it drops down before Peralta, so Bourne has their 3rd hit of the game and 1 runner on in the top of the 8th.
Rigdon, an intelligent hitter, sitting fastball there, gets it from P-Core right down Broadway. And when you're shooting it just out of the reach of Fabio Peralta, that's when you know you spanked a line drive.
Next task is Matt Bolton. No outs. And Rigdon on first. Have to keep an eye out on him if he'll end up stealing. He ends up going. The throw down to second is not in time. A stolen base for Rustin Rigdon. He was ready to jump right away.
And it was almost delayed for a second where J.J. Kennett's peripheral vision, he didn't identify Rigdon taking off for the bag. Otherwise, a very strong throw from the Commodore catcher.
It's the 3rd time that Bourne has tried to steal today. They got caught stealing back in the 1st. Andrew Costello, 0-1, is grounded at the first baseman Putty. He taps first base, but Rigdon moves over to 3rd.
And you need outs at this point, 5 outs away with a 2-run lead. Even if you get a second out here and you sacrifice a run, I'm taking that gamble any day of the week. 4 outs to get, 1-run lead.
That's the nice thing about a 2-run lead. You can be okay with plays like that.
Still the ability to tack on an insurance run in the bottom of the 8th.
And now Bryce Eastep, the 9-hitter, steps in. And you know he has to be thinking to get that sac fly.
It's
actually a new pinch hitter for the Bourne Braves.
It's Elliot Medlock.
So he'll have the task of trying to get a sac fly and get Rigdon in from 3rd base and make this a 1-run ball game.
Played at Bryant, teammates with Gavin Greger.
Greger, who was dominant on the Commodores early this season before he ended up having to leave. Still been around the team a couple of times.
Medlock also with the Matsu Miners, the Alaska Baseball League champions in 2025.
The 1-0 is flied away foul behind us.
Why is that important, you may ask? Well, our producer, Landon Stills, was once upon a time their broadcaster
You know,
12 months ago.
We actually saw him actively doing fist bumps as you said that.
Yeah.
So I could tell he was quite excited. Nevertheless, a huge spot for Logan P. Core, trying to right his wrongs against Bourne the first time. Swing and a miss. It's rigged it on third with one down. The pitch is cut on and missed. P-Core with the strikeout. There's two down. That was a huge one.
Absolutely, and we were hearing a little bit of a scouting report in my ear from our producer in Landon Stills, and said he's a home runner strikeout kind of guy. You look at his last 72 games, 13 homers and 58 RBIs between the Matsu Miners and playing at Rider University, 51 games in the NAAC this year, but nonetheless, big second strikeout for Logan P. Core.
And for the Commodores, you'll certainly take that. With the top of the order coming up, Blake Schaff has a chance to make it a one-run game still. Just 3 hits so far for Bourne. P-Core deals. It's high. Nice grab by Kenneth. He had to spring up.
And the athleticism of Kennett astounding behind the plate. He's got a cannon for an arm. Can pop up out of his crouch, move east-west incredibly well.
He's honestly one of the most athletic catchers I've seen in a very long time. You don't see many 5'10" catchers. 1-0 is flied out into right field. Reebok stands under it and makes the play. Falmouth gets out of the jam. And they are up 2-0. We head to the bottom of the 8th on Cape League TV.
You'll always be safe at home with the Diana Lucevero Group at Compass Real Estate.
Hi, I'm Michael Kasparian, President of the Falmouth Chamber of Commerce. The Chamber is here for the benefit of the whole community. Whether you're a local business or a visitor, Falmouth has endless offerings, from its beautiful beaches and historical sites to its local shopping and eateries. The Chamber bridges the 8 villages, providing visitors with all the tools to make their trip one to remember. Our visitor center is located in downtown Falmouth, just off of Main Street. Come by and meet our team. The Falmouth Chamber of Commerce, your community connection.
Hi, my name is Matt Burgess, General Manager here at Falmouth Country Club. We have a unique 27-hole public golf course with a beautiful layout that is family-oriented. Kids play free here at Falmouth Country Club. Getting on the course is quick and easy with our app. You can book tee times, get yardages with GPS, use our interactive scorecard, track your stats, and receive exclusive in-app offers. Falmouth Country Club is a true Cape Cod classic and a local family favorite.
See you on the course.
Big spot for the Falmouth Bats to try and get some insurance runs as the sun is starting to set in Falmouth, Massachusetts. Timmy Weiss and Farrell Hudson with you, taking you through a pitcher's duel. And you know what's funny, Farrell, is there's actually a lot of pitcher's duels going on.
Oh, pitcher's duel, you say?
Yeah. I mean, how about this game right now in Chatham versus Harwich? This one is in Harwich, and Chatham's up 1-0. Now, that sounds like a low-scoring pitching affair. They are currently throwing a no-hitter.
That's Harwich that's throwing the no-hitter.
Right, Harwich is throwing a no-hitter and is down 1-0 in the bottom of the 9th. It would be one of the very, very, very rare scenarios where a team loses a game while throwing a no-hitter.
I mean, has that ever, we're going to have to contact
I'd
our
be shocked
statistician,
if it's
Chris
ever
Toms,
happened on the Cape. I'd
and
be
have
shocked.
a conversation.
Because it just doesn't happen.
On today's episode of Ladies and Gentlemen, just when you think you've seen it all. It's unfathomable to think. I mean, a no-hitter. Didn't that happen in the scenario 2 years ago where the Pirates near got no-hit? Rich Hill had a no-hitter for the Dodgers going into the ninth inning.
It was something like that because I do remember
something like awkward, yeah.
A scenario where it has happened.
Yeah, Rich Hill no-hitter loss. We're doing some investigative journalism.
We
courtesy
are.
of the world of artificial intelligence and the internet. On August 23rd, 2017, Los Angeles Dodgers pitcher Rich Hill threw 9 hitless, scoreless innings against the Pittsburgh Pirates. However, the game was tied 0-0. Sorry, Tim.
Oh, I mean, truly incredible that that is possible. We'll see what happens there and keep you posted on that game in Harwich. So it's J.J. Kennett up at the plate. He singled his first time up in the third. It's flied out into left center field. Both players are over. Costello calls him off and makes the play. There's one down.
Nice pieces of contact for J.J. Kennett today. He had a single in the bottom of the third, 1 for 3. You can tell he's starting to ease into having the better at-bats like he originally imagined he wanted to have once he arrived here in Falmouth.
Fabio Peralta, the one hitter for the Doors. It's his turn to try and get some offense going for the Doors. It's outside. Gavin Miller came in to relieve Jackson Kircher, who was fantastic. As good as some of the Commodores pitchers we've seen today. Kircher went 2 2/3 with no hits and 2 strikeouts. No walks as well. He retired every single batter. 8 straight.
Money.
Flied out into left field, going towards the line. Costello ranges over. It's just foul.
Nice hustling effort nonetheless, though, even though it dropped about a second before Costello got there.
So Peralta still has his chance. 1-1 count. Spent his spring with Miami, team that made the NCAA tournament and lost in the regionals. That Miami team actually beat Troy, who ended up making the College World Series. Pitches in there for strike 2.
Fabio
what an unbelievable run that
so.
was. And I mean, he's been hot all season with the Doors. Had stretches like that this spring as well with Miami. 1-2 is low. In a stretch in early April, Peralta hit over 400 in a span of 12 games. Miller throws. It's lined down that left field line, foul again. He's put up a number of excellent at-bats today.
Yeah. Only struck out once, 1 for 3. Fly ball to deep center in the bottom of the third.
Looking for that first base hit, though.
He knows Salty's peeking in from the third base side. Watching intently.
Right, Jared Saltamacchia, who joined Miami as a coach.
Director of player development.
The Commodores.
I know a young Timmy Weiss was once thrilled with the production of Jared Saltamacchia in his tenure at Fenway Park.
This is true. Farrell Hudson, not so much.
Game 2 walk-off victory over the Detroit Tigers to complete that big poppy grand slam to tie it.
Inside to Peralta. So a walk, and the Commodores have a base runner on in the bottom of the 8th.
I know who also wasn't a happy camper that day, Logan Pecor.
Right.
The Tigers.
That's also
had quite the pitching staff that year. Doug Fister, Anibal Sanchez, and then Scherzer, Porcello,
that
Justin
Tigers
Verlander.
team was
oh my goodness.
Talented.
I mean, how they didn't win a World Series. Any one of those 3 years they got to the ALCS and beyond with Jim Leland, 06, 2012, or 13. That's beyond me, but that's baseball. Another great at-bat for Peralta, Tim.
The pitching coach comes out, actually is going to take the ball, I think.
I think that is Scott Landers, not
yeah,
Leaf
Scott
Bigelow.
Landers is actually out there. Apologies. So that's going to be the day. A short one for Gavin Miller. Plug is pulled, but the Commodores in business in the bottom of the 8th. 2-0 up, 1 down. We will be right back on Cape League TV. Back at Gov Fuller Field as the Commodores are up against the Bourne Braves, 2-0, and it's the middle of the bottom of the 8th, so a really big spot, and a new pitcher is in for the Bourne Braves. Adam Buchkowski takes the mound to relieve Gavin Miller.
And Adam Buchkowski appeared against the Falmouth Commodores on June 19th. He went 2 innings of relief, the top of the 9th, the top of the 10th. He would have been the winning pitcher had Bourne walked it off in the bottom of the 10th. No runs, no hits, no earned runs, no walks, 2 strikeouts. He's also from Carmel, Indiana, our buddy Andrew Hilsman's hometown.
Andrew Hilsman on the sidelines today. Certainly, we will hear from him after the game. I'm sure he'll be happy that there's a Carmel guy out there. His dad's also in attendance, so a lot of Carmel, Indiana people are all of a sudden in attendance at Gov Fuller Field tonight.
Early birthday, a couple hours away for Mr. Hilsman.
Throw over to check on Peralta. Once again, he leads the Doors with 10 stolen bases. Ryder Woodson's up at the plate. With 1 down, he faces Buchkowski. Woodson has not reached since the first inning when he was hit by a pitch. Another throw back, and it gets away. Peralta races off towards second base. He's taking a big turn. He's going all the way to third, and he chugs in there. All of a sudden, the Commodores have a runner on third base. And Ryder Woodson is licking his lips seeing this.
Oh, yeah, easy RBI opportunity, pad the lead. That's the kind of insurance run we're all looking for.
One sac fly would get Peralta in. Doesn't even need to be deep with the speed Peralta has. A bad mistake by Buchkowski, though. He hasn't even thrown a pitch. And it's outside, finally, that first pitch over.
It's a sidewinder, too.
It's so rare to see a guy get to third base from first without a pitch being thrown. 1-0. And it's 2-0 to Woodson, a good hitter's count. Chance for him to put a charge into the ball. Woodson in his last full game against Hyannis on Thursday went 2 for 3 with 3 RBIs. Sits inside on him.
As Harwich ties the game at 1 over at White House Field in the bottom of the 9th. So the no-hitter is intact. I mean, it would have been a no-hitter regardless, but hey, they got a chance to win now.
Incredible how that works. We'll keep you posted on that. 3-0 count to Woodson. Gets away. Peralta is racing towards home, and he cruises in. It's 3-0 Falmouth over Bourne at Gov Fuller Field.
We'll see Harwich next Tuesday. You're close enough, Timmy.
We're going to take a look at a replay of that as it just got beyond the catcher.
Just skips off the outer part of the glove of Estep. If that's him or...
And really just a huge mistake. So it is a walk still to Woodson. So Jeffries has a runner on first with 1 down. Huge insurance run for the Doors. To go back to that Harwich versus Chatham game, basically the case is that Harwich was throwing a no-hitter and down 1-0 going into the bottom of the 9th. And they just scored as it gets away again. Woodson goes down to second. And Buczkowski can't find the zone.
Commodores will take it to their benefit. They still yet to record a hit this inning, but a run has come in to score and potentially in danger of another one coming in to score now with Woodson off a second.
Causing chaos on the base pass, taking advantage of mistakes.
It's Andrew Costello now in behind the plate in place of Bryce Estep, because remember, you had Elliot Medlock come to the plate in the 8th. Now in left field, check that. Rustin Rigdon moves to center. Bolton goes to left. Sorry, Tim.
Oh, good.
And Medlock goes to second.
So Jeffries with a big spot. Woodson on second. The pitch is hit hard into right field. It's going back to the wall, and it's off the wall. Woodson cruises home. It's an RBI double for Braden Jeffries, his second double of the day, and the Doors are up 4-0 over the Bourne Braves.
How sweet does this feel after you get no hit on Sunday night? Now, I know there's an inning of baseball left to be played, but right now you're doing seemingly everything right. You're hitting with runners in scoring position. You're not striking out. You're getting key pitching in clutch situations with runners on base, getting out of jams. This has been about as good of a game imaginable so far on the Commodores' end. Both teams have left 5 runners stranded on base, though. Not a lot, all things considered. Very clean ball game.
Carter White stands in, and it's outside 1-0. Now you can just take a deep breath and a sigh of relief for the Commodores, up 4-0.
Or at least you think.
You're right, you think.
At least
no
you
lead
would
is
think.
ever safe.
Nothing's.
In there for strike 1 on White, who is slowly becoming a key factor in this lineup. He's already had 2 hits today, a double in the second and a single in the 4th. That one, the first RBI of the game for the Doors. In there for strike 2. Buczkowski trying to establish some confidence out there. Since he's got in, he has not retired a batter. It's grounded, and it stays fair. It's a diving effort by Buczkowski, and he can't get it over to first. Jeffries gets down to third, and Carter White reaches with a single.
How about that? Wow. See, do we have a replay on that in the production truck? What a play.
So runners are on the corners for A.J. Putty. A big spot for a new Commodore. And he has looked just as good as Carter White. These two in the middle of the lineup are taking charge. With just one down, the Commodores could really cause some damage. The throw comes down to second. White is in there safe. So a stolen bag by Carter White. And runners are on second and third for A.J. Putty.
Putty could make this a touchdown, possibly a touchdown with the extra point for the Commodores.
Pitch to Putty in there for strike two, and it's a quick hole. Putty with Illinois had 52 RBIs this season. It's the most RBIs by an Illini freshman since 2002. Second most by a freshman in program history. Inside, and it's 1-2. Truly a phenomenal season with Illinois. Had the second highest average at 313. Just was 7 points behind the team leader, Cole Crafton. 1-2. Check swing, and it was in there anyways, so he goes down with the strikeout. There's two down. Pearson Reebok is up to the plate after he had just replaced Ben Slinker as a defensive replacement in the bottom of the eighth. In the top of the eighth, excuse me.
Reebok's had some good bat-to-ball skills, too, a 300-plus hitter last year at Baylor. Still some decent extra base hit numbers this season, despite the batting average going down a tick.
Two down, first pitch strike to Reebok.
Can play all over the field, too.
It's White on second and Jeffries on third. A huge inning already from the Commodores, doubling their lead. The pitch outside to Reebok. Reebok was actually the player up to the plate yesterday against Wareham when the game was suspended in the bottom of the third. It was a 1-1 count to him. 1-1. The exact count here is a ball, and it's 2-1. But a guy that has been looking to get back into the hit column. No hits in his last 5 games. Would be a big one here. In there for strike two. Buczkowski tries to get out of a jam. He's already allowed 2. Peralta and Woodson scoring. The 2-2 in there for strike 3. Back-to-back strikeouts looking, but the Doors grab a pair. So Falmouth up 4-0 over Bourne. We head to the 9th. Logan Pecor, the likely pitcher to close it out. We will see when we come back on Cape League TV.
Hi, I'm Jim Murray, owner of Falmouth's historic clam shack, now Jim's Clam Shack. Located on scenic Falmouth Harbor, Jim's Clam Shack is a destination for the best seafood and sunsets on the Cape. We're open 7 days a week, so stop by for lunch or join us for dinner on the rooftop deck. Bring the entire family to try our wide selection of seafood and kid-friendly option. We deliver the freshest products to your plates daily. Jim's Clam Shack, a proud supporter of the Falmouth Commodores.
Are you looking for that perfect pregame meal? Supreme Pizza has you covered. Its extensive menu has everything from pies and calzones to salads and subs. And with its online ordering system, delicious food is just one click away.
It's an honor to support the Cape Cod Baseball League.
Supreme Pizza is open every day of the week. Order online or stop by their store located at 147 T-Ticket Highway and try a slice today.
We take a look at the Commodores' upcoming schedule. It is Brewster tomorrow. The first road trip in a while. I mean, we've been at the Gov for a while now. It's nice to take a trek down to Brewster for the second time, the last time this season. Then the Wareham game that was postponed yesterday is going to be Monday, and it's home again on Tuesday against Hyannis. Then you go to Bourne, Doran Park for the second time. You play Harwich at home for the first time since a thumping 13-0 loss. And then you play Kotsuit at Kotsuit right before the All-Star weekend. It's all coming up so quick.
I'm excited for that road trip tomorrow, too.
I know, me too.
I request our producer, Skylar Ellis, to drive us so we can hear her aux, her playlist.
Right.
That's my favorite of them all.
You know, the road trips on the Cape they're very fun. We get to spend a lot of time together.
That's no disrespect to the mix, though, of our beat reporter, Matt Campbell.
Oh, yeah.
All those
whole squad has
musical transitions. Your 80s playlist, not too bad.
Oh, yeah.
And Andrew Hillsman, a wide diversity as well.
Absolutely. There's a lot of great music you can listen to, and you're traveling around Cape Cod. Commodores trying to close out this 3-game homestand. Well, I guess they'll close it out on Monday because the Wareham game was not finished. But Logan Pecor is the one today who tries to close down a 4-0 game. Timmy Weiss and Farrell Hudson with you. Andrew Hillsman on the sideline. Pecor, who had the chance about a month ago now, a little bit closer to 3 weeks. That was at Doran Park. 9th inning. He gave up the lead, up 3-2, but now he has a 4-run cushion. And his first task of the inning is Cooper Williams. He's fouled away. It's Williams, Costello, and Overbeek for Bourne. The Falmouth pitching has been fantastic today. Just 3 hits by Bourne. Pecor deals. And it's low. And you have to feel confident with Pecor in this spot. He leads the doors with 2 saves this season. Only a couple of other guys have 1.
5 runners left on base for Bourne today.
And certainly if the Doors can hold on right now, you go back to Colby Putnam and Braden Bergman. 7 innings between the two of them, 2 hits, no runs. Just fantastic. 2-1 is hit hard into the gap, and it's a base hit by Cooper Williams to start off the top of the 9th.
Love how explosive Logan Pecor is, though, in downward action off the mound as we'll take a brief timeout to remind you that this broadcast is a copyrighted production of the Cape Cod Baseball League. Any unauthorized duplication, retransmission, or other use is strictly prohibited.
So the best hitter on board, Andrew Costello, has the chance to make it a 2-run game with 1 swing. First pitch outside.
And we got word from our sideline reporter, Andrew Hillsman, that the no-hitter is gone for the Harwich Mariners. Top of the 10th inning. Chatham and the Mariners tied at 1.
Oh, they were so close. They needed 1 more inning to get out of it to pull off the impossible. But that is why it's impossible. Not impossible, but that's why it's so
very near
close to impossible. 1-0 is high, and Pecor falls behind 2-0 to Costello. And you understand, you have to be very careful with a hitter like this up. But it is a 4-run lead, so you can attack.
You think even more the rarity of why there's only been 21 perfect games in Major League Baseball history. I mean, it's hard enough to get a no-hitter as it is. A combined no-hitter, let alone a singular pitcher no-hitter. And then a perfect game. I mean, baseball rarities that don't occur often.
It's lined into left field. White goes back and makes the play on the run. And he grabs it, a big one. First out of the top of the ninth for the Doors.
That play with a little bit extra on it. Keep the runner on first base in Cooper Williams. 4-run game. Pecor looking to heave a scoreless frame.
Pecor dominated last summer with the Traverse City Pit Spitters. Played with them the last 2 summers, actually. Last summer had an ERA under 2. Throw back to check on Williams.
It's because of how tall Logan Pecor is that when he releases 91, that can look like 98 to a hitter, especially when he locates his fastballs.
Pecor at 6'4", 200 pounds. He faces a big batter.
He's got
Josiah Overbeek.
He's got the delivery of an Alex Wood from a right-handed pitcher. He's got the release of Paul Skeens because of the length. I mean, he's so hard to pick up. So fun to watch.
That's why he's been so effective with the Doors this season. Pecor nods his head, deals outside. Pecor is a rising senior at Michigan State and born in West Bloomfield, Michigan. So he spent his whole life there in Michigan before coming to Cape Cod now. Off-speed pitch is outside, and it's 2-1 to Overbeek. Overbeek is 0 for 3 today. Lined out in the second, flied out, and struck out. Commodores need 2 more outs. The pitch in there for strike 2.
And Kennett's beautiful frame job at the bottom of the zone, I think, stole that. So Overbeek, excuse me, a little bit of a look like, ooh.
2-2 count, 1 out. Williams on first. Pecor sets himself and deals. It's cut on and missed. A big strikeout by Pecor. There's 2 down in the top of the ninth.
How nasty is that? You go 91 the whole at bat and then slow it down with what looks like a sweetheart over the plate changeup with great movement at 82.
So perhaps the last batter for Logan Pecor, Berkeley Mabius, is his task. 2 down. The Commodores looking for their 2nd straight win. It's grounded up the middle. It's a tough play on the run by Woodson. He can't get the throw over. So 2 runners on now for the Braves.
A tying run awaits on deck now with Paul Vasquez coming to the plate. Vasquez 1 for 3 in the ball game. An infield single in the top of the second on a similar play like that we saw from Ty Konis, where he couldn't complete the throw across the diamond because it was very, very tough play to make. Or maybe that was the one in on Braden Jeffries. It was the play on Braden Jeffries. But anyway, a couple stellar defensive plays on both sides tonight, especially on the Commodores end.
Absolutely. So with runners on first and second, Paul Vasquez comes up to the plate. 2 down. The pitch is low. Vasquez just made his debut with the Braves recently. He was 1 for 6 this season, and now he's 0 for 3 today. Williams led off the inning with a single, and Mabius just had the 2nd single of the inning. It's cut on and miss. The first strike just caught a piece of Vasquez's bat. Bourne with a loss. It would be their 2nd straight after they lost to the best team on the Cape, YD, yesterday, 2-0. The pitch. A throw back to second by Kennett. Wow, that was aggressive.
Respect it, though, in a 4-run game and
Why
out
not?
away from victory. Why
If you
not
see
keeping them on
something.
their toes?
And with the arm Kennett has, certainly has it in the tool bag. Ecor searching for his 3rd save of the season. That would be 2 more than any Commodores pitcher. In there for strike 2. He's 1 strike away. Runners on first and second. Pecor has the chance to win it. The claps come in at Gov Fuller Field. The pitch, it's popped up down the right field side and just out of play. AJ Putty was ready.
It's close.
Close, but no cigar, as they say. A big chance for the Commodores to inch closer to first place in the West Division. This would bring them within 2 points with a game in hand. The 2-2 is cut on and missed. Pecor gets him swinging, the 2nd strikeout of the inning, and the 2nd straight win for the Doors.
Shutty.
Falmouth wins it. The first shutout of the season for Falmouth after the halfway point. And really just an excellent job by this pitching staff. As we welcome you into the booth here in a second, and we'll show you a vantage point of where we are at right now.
Yeah.
Not in our usual press box.
No Jack Durso behind us tonight to heckle us like opening the door yesterday.
This is true.
He'll
yes.
find his way back here.
He might. You know, he has an eye for a camera.
Yeah,
we'll see.
That's right.
But truly just a great game from the Commodores. Getting the hits when they needed it in the 8th inning. But you have to talk about the pitching. And let's start with Colby Putnam. What a great start. A guy that hadn't started this season for the Doors, he looked like a natural.
Set the tone, and he didn't need strikeouts. He just needed soft contact, pop-ups, fly balls, ground balls, and that's it. It's pitch efficiency. We've been talking about that, limiting the walks and the damage. Overall baseball fundamentals, that's what I thought that the Commodores flawlessly executed on tonight. No errors, the walks were minimal, left minimal in scoring position, and then it trickled all the way down from Colby Putnam. The rest of the staff, great in relief between Braden Bergman and Logan Pecor.
And to see this from a pitching staff that has had its struggles, right?
Yeah, it has. Like every team.
Right. And came into today with the 2nd highest ERA, but now you can say, I mean, I know the Wareham game hasn't finished up, and it didn't start the best for the Doors, but 2 straight games where the pitching staff has looked excellent. Yeah. 1 run against Hyannis.
Right.
One run in 18 innings.
And you get a plus 12 run differential right now, you know, -3, as we'll have a moment, in a moment here. Andrew Hilsman will be with his player or person of the game. Still waiting on who that's going to be, but
I think he's going to get Braden Bergman.
But a positive run differential, that's been good. That can you want little things to start to play a role. Play better against the division. They're now 5-4-1. You hand Bourne an important loss. You're only 2 points behind. It's little nuances like that that now in the second half of the season are going to become just that much more incredibly important.
Right, to do it against the first place team in the West
Statement.
too.
Needed it.
And also, this is something that Falmouth has struggled with all season, is not winning against teams who are over 500. They were 2-9 coming into today against teams over 500, and they win today.
Bourne was 3-7, so you can't put as much stock into it. But hey,
this is true. You never know. I mean, the West Division, Bourne was the only team over 500. Not anymore.
Not anymore. Not
Now
anymore. Commodores still
10-3.
a game under. Hyannis a game under, but yeah, I mean, it should be exciting. That's why you don't get too caught up in the West Division standings, especially when you play such a short season like this, 40 games. You can switch on a dime.
Right. And I just am so impressed by this pitching staff to bounce back in the way that they did, because there's a couple times early in the season where you wondered if they would have the arms and the exact guys that you needed to win these games. Remember, not too long ago, the Commodores were on a 4-game losing skid, and things were looking a little bit, not scary, but a little bit slow.
A little bit of a slippery slope, but that's what's going to happen over the season. But we'll now throw it over to Andrew Hilsman. Andrew?
Thanks, guys. Here with Braden Bergman. 3 innings, 1 hit, and 4 strikeouts and no walks. What was working out there for you today?
Man, just about everything. I mean, just throwing it over the plate, letting my catcher make the right calls, right decisions, and just trusting my stuff and getting the job done. So.
You've known JJ for a while. You pitched with him when you were at Baylor the last year or two. What is special about working with JJ?
Yeah, dude, JJ loves the game. I mean, he loves catching. He's a guy you went out there, he's fighting for you, he's pulling for you. He's just a dude, one of the best teammates I've ever played with, man. And he knows the game, he pays attention, he knows his guys, he's intentional. I mean, what else can you ask for from a guy like that?
How fired up is this pitching staff to have the first Commodore shutout of the year?
Yeah, that's sweet. I mean, everyone's hyped up. Everyone's getting together, cheering up. I mean, got to get more of those like that and keep going forward and just pull for each other, and we'll get it done.
All right, awesome work today. Thanks.
Yes, sir. Thank you.
Guys. All right, that's all we've got here from Falmouth. That's all we got here from Falmouth. Doors get their first shutout victory of 2026, 4-0 the final. We're back at it tomorrow on the road at Brewster. First pitch is at 4:30. For everybody involved in this broadcast, and of course for our producing crew of Skylar Ellis and Landon Stills, our director Emily Girard, and of course the other 2 members of this broadcast crew, Farrell Hudson and Timmy Weiss. I'm Andrew Hilsman signing off here from Gov Fuller Field.